So, last we left off, you guys returned to Skalavik after defeating Magni, kind of going through the entire arc, closing that out. You had traveled through a rune gate to Yggdrasil, where you spoke with Ratatusker, then leaving that and advancing your timeline about 3 months. You were explaining the weird time travel that occurs if you were to go back out the same way you came in. Not really much of an explanation there, but you definitely saw the time jump as it's now more of like a spring season. It's much warmer outside. When you return to Skalavik, everybody kind of went about their business, kind of doing their own thing. But to kind of narrow it down to what we ended up with, Lyra began speaking with Dias in order to try to reach out and help him in some sort of way. You could tell that he was fading. He seems like he's getting much weaker. He's not able to really eat. He's malnourished. He's been in a coma for several months from when you fled from Kjarvheim. Fast forward a little bit now to where you are. You were told by Seer Ko from this quick vision that you had, or whatever it would be, this image that was projected into your mind of a hand reaching out of a portal split inside of a root coming out of a cave wall, similar to what you had seen before of the same bark of Yggdrasil. To where you were led and kind of directed to this mountain in this kind of southern little mountain range. This mountain range is much smaller than the Fjalheim to the north, which you only barely tapped into, but this one, now that you're in, kind of navigated a good amount of it to find the tallest peak and then navigate your way down. You couldn't really find an entrance around the sides and didn't really look, as you were told to go from the top down. Several little cliff faces and things jutting out the sides, to where you could see several ledges, rocks that were sticking out of the sides as well of the interior of this mountain. You traversed through the actual mountain range itself with the use of some flying, wild shaping to use the fly spell as well as the giant eagle to kind of navigate from mountaintop to mountaintop, before eventually finding this small kind of ledge on the inside where you were like, okay, all of us can kind of fit here, probably about 400 or so feet down, maybe a little more, a little less. But once you got to that point, about halfway or so, when Voktash and Steiner were descending back down to meet with you guys, a bunch of these kind of rock beetles had started to attack you. At least a dozen or so to start. A little bit of a combat had ensued with them before eventually you could hear this just deafening sound of wings in the distance. You could hear crawling out from the sides of the mountain itself, where this enormous swarm of these same beetles started to descend down into the mountain at you. You started to try and scramble to find an exit, and looking upward, realizing that that was not an option, you started to descend down further and further before you found the bottom of this mountain that you were in. A mountain large enough to where the darkness would not allow you to see the other side of it. The swarms flying down at you, darkening out the light coming from the top. You found a smaller body of water at the bottom. Unknowing what was in it, knowing your option was to either fight this huge swarm of beetles or dive into the water, you chose to dive into the water. Swimming around a little bit, there was a little bit of a light or change in light to where you could see some sort of an exit. You can feel this kind of current pushing through the actual body of water you found yourself in, and then pushing yourself out and then back up into what is this kind of pocket that came up to where there's this body of water that was where the water is kind of filling into this spot that you found yourself in, almost like this U shape essentially, where you went down in and then came back up the other side, almost like a wall in between. And then as that fills up, you can see this waterfall cascading down the other side of that, where you guys now find yourselves kind of in this area. You descended down. In the midst of all of this, during the combat and then going through here, Lyra suffered a pretty good injury to her leg. that you were able to, once you fully got her out of there, over to here, and you guys are now in a safe space. Votash began tending to it, and with some just crazy luck of a natural 20, unprompted, I will add also, but either way, he won that bet and was able to basically not completely cure, but your leg's still painful, like it hurts a little bit, but you don't have any sort of like negative effect right now. He completely heals it, it's totally fine. You do see the tissue around where your leg was just kind of like snapped basically in two, is a little bit gnarled. It's not, it's definitely going to leave a scar. There's still a little bit of like blood and stuff that will possibly like seep from the small wound that's there as it's still healing more and more as time goes on, but you're keeping it wrapped up. You can feel the dull kind of ache as it's going through the wound. You guys are underneath the waterfall that's kind of cascading down. You are in this just vast expanse of darkness, in such a way that those of you without dark vision, at least for the time being, I think that you guys have some spells to be able to cast or do whatever, but for the time being, like, the area around you is just this deafening darkness in a way, where you kind of realize very quickly that where you are right now is just the tip of the iceberg of what you're getting yourself into. Like, you can feel the vastness that you are in. Not really even being able to, like, it's very different traveling outside, like in the daylight or even at night outside, where you can see in the distance, like, some sort of landmark or something. This is just like, 30 or 60 feet out in front of you of darkness, and then it just like keeps like slowly coming into more focus, more darkness beyond that, shapes that pop up every now and then. Sitting where you are right now, though, you guys haven't began to travel further into this next day. Let me see what I have here. So, traveling the vast expanse that you kind of find yourself in right now, it seems to be impossible. Even that first look when you first came down, it's overwhelming in its enormity. You can see silhouettes of shapes in the distance. You can hear these echoes of kind of shrill creatures bouncing off the cave walls. This clattering stone in the distance kind of ringing out. Sounds surrounding your mind in such a manner that it's really hard to tell what is real and what you believe to be real. We have no idea what sort of creatures kind of linger in the shadows. You'd imagine whatever's down here is just waiting for its next meal. You're imagining nothing you're going to encounter is going to be friendly. You don't know if there's any sort of society of people down here, or whatever could even live within this landscape would even be a friendly creature. Narrowly escaping your last encounter, you have regrouped and rested through the night. The waterfall, the sound of it kind of rushing out in front of you constantly. Both sides of this kind of path, essentially, so you have like this cave wall and this little bit of a winding path against it where the waterfall is coming up over the top. You guys are basically up against that wall itself, and then you have a little bit of protection, I guess. No like actual walls, but the kind of transparent little waterfall that's in front of you, blocking any sort of view coming in, and then you guys can see out to the sides. We're leaning up against the wall. You have some sort of protection and like guard, like watch set up to see both ways that anything could come in. Above you is pretty much protected, so you feel secure right now, and this is probably, you'd imagine, the most secure you're probably going to feel the entire time you're down here. So you're taking your time to regroup, rest up a little bit. Every now and then there's some sort of a noise that causes some sort of attention brought in that direction, for those of you that would be on watch. But before we begin the journey here, we are going to go back to the night before, and even further back for Cain himself.
Are you one of those bugs? You have to tell us if you are. Fuck. Dude, get his ass. He's eating. That's it. It's pretty good.
Gotta send that to Steve later.
Clip it.
Steve, $5. Got a sound clip for you.
Only sips.
Bad idea. I'm about to uninstall it.
Install what?
It's been installed. It's been installed for a couple months. I'm gonna play this single game.
Alright.
I'm gonna start asking you.
A light snowfall across kind of a muddy and snow-covered field, landing softly on these kind of hide tents. Dull flares and smokestacks fill the empty, cold spaces throughout this camp that you're in. The world seems bigger. The tents seem super tall. The axes that are sitting around seem larger. The crates seem like they're these mountains, but then you realize you're just small. A small orcish boy runs up to you, same height as you look across at him, his tiny tusk kind of protruding from his bottom jaw as he taps your shoulder with a joyful grin and yells, "You're it!" He runs off and you take chase. You can see his back to you as he runs off through this camp. You weave and run through more orcs going about their day. You can see this burly orc kind of carrying wood stacks as he halts in his path and stumbles, dropping the wood as it clanks together on the ground. "Oi, watch it!" You hear giggles from the younger orc in front of you, probably no older than 6 or so, maybe 7, as you continue to run after him. More orcs. You can see an entire camp of them. You can see 2 carrying a large deer on a log. This evening's supper, you'd imagine. As you look at it while running, Jesus Christ, dude. When I wrote that too, I didn't even think of it because I'm not fucking retarded.
I didn't even laugh, but the jury just doing like a little and it fucking got me. I was waiting for you to say something.
Alright.
Nope.
You can see, though, 2 of them carrying a large deer on a log. Possibly this evening's supper. As you look at it while running, your attention breaks and you feel a sudden drop as you fall, followed by a resounding thud on your knee against something jagged on the ground. You quickly grab at your knee and then look at your hands, and you can see blood covering your hands as you look down towards your knee. It's painful, it's hard to stand. You can feel tears start to well up in your small orcish eyes, and before you can cry out, a hand touches your back, while the other scoops under your legs, picking you up as they sit you down on their lap. You can feel strong but gentle hands as they move with grace, taking cloth from a small satchel at her side, wiping at your knee. It stings. You can feel a finger brush across your cheek. "There, little one. Mama has you. That will surely leave a scar. You'll have many more of those." You look up, a fuzzy silhouette, an obvious grin from an orcish woman. Long and frizzy hair, kind of poofed out to the sides, similar nose shape to yours, the eyes out of focus, the mouth out of focus, trying to remember and cling to what you remember to be this woman. And you wake to a rock in the distance falling. You hear it kind of clatter. You look around. You're in the Underdark. Kind of over at the side wall, looking at the distance. All of your friends kind of around you.
Is anyone awake?
Nobody appears to be like awake, moving around.
You ain't got no one on watch? Oh, you suck.
I was supposed to be on watch, but I'm sleeping.
To all you know, he is on watch.
Just get up and just like grab my shit and walk over to one of the edges of the little alcove we're in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna post up. Probably not sleep for the rest of the night. Just stare out into a little bit of void that I can see.
everybody comes to, waking up. They're kind of all looking around at each other to do as you wish before you begin to delve further in.
See the king kind of, well, maybe out of it. He didn't sleep very well, but just kind of like being quiet. A spooky thing.
Mm-hmm. The Beagles.
I think I asked you this last session, Billy, and I just don't remember. Do we think we're looking for a rune gate, or do we have...
Based on what Lyra described, it does not sound like a rune gate.
Okay.
Sort of other.
But the rune gate took us to the tree.
But there was no room gate in my vision.
That's fair. I'm
It was
just...
just tree and octopus.
I thought there was like a split in the tree with like some sort of portal thing, and there's an arm coming out of it.
Yeah, so you had the tree, then there was like a kind of tear in it, and then there was like an arm reaching out of it.
Could be
That's
the
creepy.
same kind of thing as like how the rune gates work, where maybe they're powered by the tree, but maybe not intentional, or maybe this is how the ones that are cut off look.
So we're looking for a partial room gate.
You don't know. We can do a search. Everyone sleep all right? Does this waterfall just keep descending down past where we are, or does it like land in a pool below us, or can we not tell?
It's hard to really like see it, but the amount of water that's like trickling off over, like you can see how much it's kind of like lessening. Like it doesn't seem to have a ton of force. There's not a ton of water that's like actually like forcefully coming out. It's just more or less like this bowl above you is filling up, and this is just like the spilling of it.
It doesn't cut into. Well, I guess maybe we can't see it. It doesn't cut into like a river down below.
From what you
or-
could tell, no.
Okay. Anyone got any ideas on where we should head from here? You got any? Do you feel any magical pulls in any directions, or?
Do I feel any pulls in magical directions, or
Just prepped.
Alright. I am going to use
I would say no.
Commune with Nature.
Okay.
Oh.
You commune with nature spirits and gain knowledge of the surrounding area. In the outdoors, the spell gives you knowledge of the area within... Oh, I guess we're indoors, so I don't know if this fucking works.
Are we indoor? We're in like a huge. I feel like
It's
this
like a
is.
different world, pretty much.
It's like as close to outdoors as you can get in Underdark.
It's up to Billy. Spell gives you knowledge of the area within 3 miles of you. In caves... Oh, in caves and other natural underground settings, the radius is limited to 300 feet.
Just
He's had to read it.
Spell doesn't function where nature has been replaced by
Explain the
construction,
spell.
such as in castles and settlements. Choose
I do the same
3
thing.
of the
though.
following facts. You learn those facts as they pertain to the
Like, oh,
spell's
I
area.
read this whole line.
It's actually not as good because I didn't realize that in
That's-
caves it was a lot lower.
Still a good distance though.
So I could choose 3 things to learn the information of.
Learn about creatures we have to avoid.
One of them is location of settlements, one is location of portals to other planes of existence, one is location of one CR 10 plus creature.
Wait, what was the second one?
That it, well, that's why I thought I was going to use it. It was going to be good because I thought it was 3 miles, but 300 feet in this fucking cave.
What if we cut the roof off and it becomes outside?
Easy.
Most prevalent kind of plant, mineral, or beast. One CR 10 plus creature, DM's choice of the celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead, and locations of bodies of water.
There's a body of water right by you.
Yeah, I know. I don't know if I want to use this though, because I didn't realize it was so nerfed inside.
What level spell is it?
5.
The range is how far?
Up
300
to you.
feet.
We could always just wander and see where we end up.
True.
Wandering never goes bad.
But it might
True
be-
that. True that.
That cloak you gave me gives me dark vision, right? That's what it was? Okay,
Mhm.
cool.
I missed the other 2, I'm not gonna lie, totally. But did you say you could find, like, new structures, or you can't find those?
Like
I can find settlements.
So you can?
So here's what
That
it
might
says.
not be.
300 feet.
But it's 300 feet.
Yeah, but
Is
still,
it
like, we might
is it like an instant cast from where you're at, or is it remain for a period of time?
Duration. Instantaneous.
No.
I feel like we're more likely to find a settlement in 300 feet than the portal.
He says he gets to pick 3 things, right? Or is that you pick
Settlement,
from the 3 things?
Portals to other planes of existence. 1 CR10 rating of one of these types of creatures, or higher.
Are these options?
Probably kind of
or does
plant,
it
mineral,
tell
or
you?
beast. There's 5 things listed. I get 3 of them.
Oh, okay.
Honestly, the first 3 sound like a pretty good piece of knowledge to know. But we could try to descend down to where it flattens out more if we want. And then maybe cast it from there. Because I think right now our only options are back up or descending further down.
Yeah.
There are only 2 paths?
Unless we want to jump to the bottom of the waterfall.
Maybe
where it
give it a
lands.
I'll just break it again.
Why are you pointing at me? Why am I doing it?
Before
Do
we
it.
need 20.
Why not?
I don't really feel like dying this session. Maybe a couple sessions ago, might have.
I could survive that.
It's not wrong. You gotta fly.
I don't even need to use that though.
Oh, slow fall too.
Awful.
He's ready to.
I don't
plummet
need to
at
use that
any
either.
moment. He's got so much tricks.
Just different.
For legs.
So what are you guys doing?
Well,
I think we just got the one path for now. Maybe just keep heading down and see what we can find.
And if we like come to an intersection,
And maybe
then we
can
make
do
a choice.
something.
Then we flip a coin.
call up nature.
Yeah.
Hey yo, nature.
Bring, bring, bring.
What's up, dude?
Hello.
In the Underdark? Hell yeah, dude.
It's fucking lit down there, dude.
It's not,
The
dude.
darkest
Not
hour.
lit down.
It's so dark.
Craziest parties.
Alright. You begin to delve further in. You have an obvious path before you. It's just this kind of paralleling to the cave wall that's on the side there. You can see by the kind of shape and size that it kind of coincides a little bit with where you would imagine that side of the mountain is, and then just continues kind of further down. You can see almost like these, just like 2 big plates of stone that are kind of against each other, one going back up into what would be the curvature of like the mountain. You'd imagine if you could see the line continuing the way it would, and then the other one that's like underneath going the opposite direction, kind of making this ceiling into where you are right now. You can see rocks kind of jutting from the top part of that, little drips of water from distant parts that you can see. You can hear the trickling of water coming over that spot that is this kind of pseudo small waterfall. The space around you feels so empty, as if you're surrounded by nothing but darkness. And I will reiterate that a bunch just to make it clear of how vast everything feels, and how just everything out in front of you feels so far away to like be able to grab or get to. The way the air feels, you can feel it like almost clinging to your skin with this kind of like damp moisture. The ground beneath you is coarse, it's unsteady. You begin walking across the subterranean stone that's at your feet, leading you deeper into Midgard. This place that you found yourself in so far below the surface, it has been forgotten to the surface. The depth that you're at right now is also only about 1,000 or so feet, right? So you're actually not 1,000 feet below the surface. You are probably like 400 feet below the surface as you traverse maybe 600 to 800 or so into the mountain, and then are now down further another 200 or so feet below that, and continue to walk further and further before you realize that it is like the path that you're on. It's not like this very easily traversable portion. It gets narrower, it widens a little bit. There's little breaks and cracks in it where you have to kind of take these small little jumps or long strides across to close the distance of these gaps in the stone itself. There are parts of it where you have to kind of climb down this rock face a little bit. You are very careful to look as to where things are leading, just because some of the, like as you're looking to the side and can see this like mound, like this huge rock mound. It's almost basically like a mountain inside of where you are, and you're looking at the top of it. Like you can see it's just like this sheer drop and fall down. Some of the edges and ledges that you can see aside from where you are have just sheer drops down into nothing. So as you're climbing down these rock faces, you're making sure that there's another ledge there. You're making sure that there's a solid piece of ground for you to step on before you just start walking down. And you have that uneasy feeling like constantly in your stomach, like you're at a high height, like you can feel that kind of pit there. Every time you're stepping a little bit close to the edge, you can feel a little bit of it kind of chip off and break, and you can hear it distantly fall. It echoes as it clings. You don't hear it stop. It just kind of slowly fades out from your ears. It's pretty constant, hearing creatures around. You can hear wings flapping, skittering legs, whatever it might be. You feel like you're seeing silhouettes of things around you in the edges of your vision as you continue to walk further and further. I'll have everybody make a perception check as you get more and more down here, probably about 5 or so hours of just like walking into here.
I choose to fail mine. On the
Sure.
Yeah. I'm just not locked in at all. I'm just so zoned out.
Dude, in a world full of windows, be like a door. Okay?
Lock.
Locked door.
I'm still not 100% sure what that meant, but I was there for it.
It's deep. I don't like this cave.
Alright, what everybody gets?
16.
16, okay.
20.
20,
18.
18, 10,
10.
14.
14. Okay.
No, I also don't.
So, do you have dark vision? I believe you.
Is this
you
a
were
seeing
the only
thing?
one. You and Lyra are like the only ones with dark vision. I don't think the works.
I got a spear.
Oh yeah, that's right. You do have superior dark vision. So you have like 120 feet.
Is this a seeing thing? Like, should I have done this at disadvantage?
No. No.
I think I can give myself dark vision.
It's interesting how he said that.
Yeah.
Typically.
He said, unfortunately not.
Oh!
So-
Fucking big ass bird in the cave, dude. It's classic.
Knowing those amongst you that have dark vision,
No, he's never put that in D&D.
the rolls actually like kind of worked out pretty well for this.
Hates them.
I would definitely say Brodir's probably not as aware of like Brodir knows everybody has like capabilities and abilities and like what people do, but to be more in tune with what everyone's really capable of, I would say that like between you and Boktash, like you have a good idea of like who's a healer, who does this, like so looking to certain people in certain situations, especially like not being able to see a lot of what's going on around you, like you're looking to other people to lean on in these certain situations of like being able to be your eyes and like see good for you. As you're traversing these certain like ledges and cliff faces and rock climbing scenarios, you are looking to these three to be your eyes in these situations and like help guide you in certain ways. I kind of made it clear before as well, and I think that it just kind of seemed to have been unspoken, but light is not your friend, just because it attracts things. You saw that with the beetles above.
Lighting a torch.
Do it.
So for those of you
A
that
joint.
don't have dark vision, it's really difficult to see. There is, I don't want to say an ambient glow down here, but like there is just like such a darkness that when there are things in front of you, you can kind of make them out a little bit just by shapes and what have you. But it is so dark that you cannot see. You literally can't see, like you have to have your hand like out in front of you, like you're being guided down certain things very gingerly. So the pace and rate at which you're moving is slow. You're not moving quickly, but for the three of you that do have dark vision, Kane, you can see around you. You're walking, being able to get around just fine, but you're not focused on what's around you. Like you're not really like looking like you would normally. You're not being too vigilant. Your mind is elsewhere. You feel yourself trying to like focus and like lock into everything, but you just keep your mind just keeps like circling this memory that you're kind of clinging to in a way. Even to the
like
point.
walking a few steps, like foot slides on the edge, and kind of like shakes his head for a second, then just realizes he's gotta focus, and then minutes later just dozes off again, like line's not there.
And back to what I was saying of you being in tune with things. So Steiner and Voktesh, like you guys are looking to Lyra, to Sigrid, to Kane, to be your eyes and to kind of guide you. You find yourself getting a little bit closer to Kane every now and then, to where you can tell he's a little bit off. Imagining everybody's just tired is what you kind of think it as to begin with. You guys continuing to descend further down. The sounds around you are really hard to like pinpoint. Normally, like if you were in like well, specifically for like cigarette, like if you're in a forest and you're hunting, you can hear a twig snap or you can hear footsteps. Like it's really easy to pinpoint where that would be in the direction and like move that way. Here, everything is just like bouncing off of certain areas, and it's not even quite like an echo. It's just this like reverberation of sound that's like rolling against the stone walls in a way. Where like you realize too, even you guys moving around, the sounds you are making are probably doing the same. So you would imagine that it's harder for things to really pinpoint where you are, outside of if you were to have torches and stuff lighting like a beacon of where you were at. So no torches, you guys just begin traversing deeper into the cave system. You're even at a point where like when you're traversing down these rock faces, the shorter rock faces that you're kind of climbing down, when you get toward the bottom, like Sigrid or Lyra or Kane even are like grabbing your like feet and kind of like moving them slowly down to where you should be stepping, because there's some spots where it's just like a drop off, and then where you're like getting down, like they're telling you like, okay, 2 more steps, 1, 2, and then you find the bottom. You can feel yourself like as you're climbing, you're kind of like crunched. Like you're just constantly like worried, like as you're reaching your toe down to like find solid ground or find some solid purchase on something. You realize quickly also, you have no idea how far down you have to get. You've been traveling 5 hours, and it just seems to be the same constant kind of moving and weaving down cliff faces and these rock climbing spots, before eventually you do find what appears to be still this vast kind of open expanse around you. You can see this wall that you're kind of have been walking down against to the side of you has this series of holes like bored into the actual rock face itself, and then also the path continuing down further still, in a very similar fashion of it kind of breaking and going further down. The holes off to the side, very obviously and very quickly you realize are probably made by some sort of creature down here. You can see scrape marks along the edges of it. There is no light or anything coming from inside of them. So just looking at that, and the reason I bring it up is you instantly cue in, and you already know, but like you instantly cue into the fact that there are other things down here. There are definitely other things down here, and sitting still for too long can likely be dangerous to you, as well as moving constantly. But you're just being vigilant for those of you that can see well around you. The perception checks that you guys had made as you were traversing through are enough to where you're not like fumbling around and like really in a bad way. you're able to use your other senses as well, like feeling, listening for things. You don't quite have to
Tasting the
see
rocks.
everything that you're doing, but you're being guided pretty well. You can hear the footsteps of your allies out in front of you. You guys, when you are talking as well, are conscious not to be like talking at a normal tone or loud or trying to yell unless you absolutely have to. Subtle, kind of low whispers to one another, and the further down you get, the more you feel you want to whisper. You start to hear less sounds of the water kind of running and hearing more sounds of skittering legs, wing beats. You can hear distant kind of screeches and shrill caws of creatures. Lyra,
Yeah.
you and Sigrid are probably up toward the front, kind of navigating.
I got you.
Kane's just kind of like
It's over.
floating in the middle of everybody, helping where he can when he's focused enough. You're kind of in a weird spot where like your mind is distant, but you have to like really be looking at what you're doing because you're watching a few people like almost step off the edge or like get too close or almost just step right down the rock face. So you're constantly like reaching out and kind of grabbing a shoulder or an arm or hand, starting to guide people like very subtly.
Can I do psychic whispers? Could I have done that like a while ago?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna roll my dice now.
Okay.
See how many I can get. 7. Okay.
So it's for 7 hours, right? Is that how it works? Or is it?
I thought it was 7 people.
Um,
Or is it 7
I don't
hours?
There's
remember.
people.
It's been a
So
while.
is your
It's
or your
proficiency mods
proficiency.
for
Oh.
how many people, and
So
then
5
what you
people?
roll is the duration.
Okay,
Should
5
be-
people, 7 hours.
I think it should be 4 people. Unless it's a
I think
Is
it's
it?
her plus.
Perception?
It's her plus 4, right?
Proficiency.
Oh, proficiency? Okay, so it's 3 people.
4 people.
Your proficiency,
people.
yeah, should be 4 now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Is it her plus her
I'll change
proficiency
that.
or just her proficiency?
I haven't printed out my other sheet.
Right?
I
For
said
plus.
2 things and then you nodded your head yes.
Well, it's her ability. I think she's always included.
That's what I'm saying. So I think it would be. Would it be 4 people?
Yeah, I thought so.
Should be in the book.
Soul Knife Rogue. Next page.
Okay.
Or previous page.
Previous page.
Voltage.
This one. Equal to your proficiency bonus, and then roll 1 psionic energy die.
So,
Steiner.
Choose
And
one.
then probably Kane.
Up to a number
He's
of
a little
creatures equal to
loopy
your
right now.
proficiency.
Okay, so you and 3 others, who are you picking?
4 a number
Oh,
of
3
houses
others?
equal to
4
your-
I
others.
think the way that that's
4
reading is
4
that
others.
it's 4 total.
Confirm.
Yeah,
4
4 total.
It's reading 4 total.
Okay, so
So you being 1.
4
So not
total
me.
other people, or
It just says you pick 4, or you pick creatures equal to your proficiency number.
Well,
so
she
it
has to
doesn't
be
say-
doing it.
And then plus you.
So it's 4
Okay,
other people.
Sure, we'll do it that way. You and 4 others.
okay,
That's
okay.
what it seems
One
like it
guy's getting.
says.
Am I the guy that's left out?
No, I wrote you down.
Somebody's left out
You're the
here.
guy that doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah.
I'm the guy trying to make
I
sure
know Kane's here.
we're
so
not cheating, okay?
I'm the book guy. Let me handle it.
You can do that.
He's the book.
We got Book Guy here. Book Guy is way ahead of you.
I got
You're
Book Guy.
retired, buddy.
That's a poser book guy.
You're retired, buddy.
I
wishes
said
he
I
was
said it
book
was
guy.
proficiency bonus,
He steps ahead of you,
so
man.
that's how
You
many
rolled a
people
7,
it
so
is.
for 7 hours.
Yes.
And then you
Okay.
add her, so that's 4 people
Voltage,
total.
Rodier, Steiner, and Kane.
Okay, got it.
But you don't. It would just be. It'd be 3 people other than yourself.
No, it says you can establish a telepathic communication between yourself and others.
Oh no, it's
Oh
Book
no,
Guy.
we have
Book Guy
we have
first Book Guy.
our,
dude.
our proficiency is 4 now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's 4 people.
As a magic action, choose
Yes.
1 or more creatures you can see up to a number of creatures
guy
equal to your
versus book guy,
proficiency
dude.
bonus, and then roll
Start
ionic
reading
energy
loud
die.
too.
I just read.
Counter
I
it.
just read that a few
So
minutes ago.
the proficiency bonus is how many creatures you choose.
Yeah, I said that.
I swear to
Book
God.
Guy. Book Guy already
I'm
said
reading
that.
this for myself.
You slam yours too. Slam
He's
yours
getting
too.
upset that you're Book Guy, not
His was kind of louder.
You can slam your book as good as him, dude.
Only
I'm
if
actually
you're a book
sad
guy.
you're a Book Guy
I gotta,
before.
I gotta
Dude.
have this open.
He's like, wait, I actually did that.
I was reading something.
Oh, no.
When I slam a door, because I'm just like mildly like whatever, and then the next guy slams it harder, like I think they're the bigger douchebag. That's all I'm saying.
Also the bigger Book Guy.
What if you just didn't slam it in the first place, though?
What?
What if you
True.
just didn't slam it in the first place?
I wasn't trying to slam it. It was just kind of being dramatic, you know.
There was a
I just mean
vacuum.
in the
When I
hypothetical
when I closed
scenario
my book,
where you're
it was
slamming
because
the
there was a
door.
vacuum in this room. It wasn't because I was trying to close it harder.
All right.
Well, see, I'm vacuum.
I'm pissed!
Oh no, he was
He
pissed.
might be upgraded to book guy. Holy shit.
I'm the book guy now.
You get a job?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's 3 people, right?
4.
4,
Okay, good job, everybody. Thank you very much for your help. Couldn't have done it without you guys.
6.
What is it?
You
Is
could
it
have, and it
four
probably would have been
including
less
her or
I
confusing.
probably would have been, yeah.
She selects people equal to her proficiency bonus.
Yep.
But she doesn't pick herself.
She has to
She's
be
already herself.
Right.
Kill this guy.
Jared,
Not his character, him.
I'm not book guy. I'm an asshole.
Stop
Then
talking.
shut up and let the book guys handle it, okay?
It's X plus 1 equals number.
They did not have book guys writing these things in the book, okay?
Put it in the Claude. I let Claude.
Alright, let's Google it.
All right. Like I said, though, if you continue further down this way, there was a one spot that you kind of went toward where the wall itself had some holes kind of bore into it. But you continue traveling further down the path. Now, if you're basically, like I said, you've traveled for about 5 hours or so at this point. So you're probably like 10 or so miles deeper into the actual Underdark here that you have found yourself in. Let me turn this water sound off.
Keep it going. Louder water sounds.
That waterfall kind of noise is more just like drips of water from various places every now and then that you can hear. As you guys begin walking further down, you get to an actual point where you now see like where you were above at the top part of this entryway that you have found yourself into. You could see several like mounds of rock essentially like toward the bottom, like very high up, like where these mounds of rock were. You couldn't really see underneath, like toward the bottom of where they were, but traveling for another like 4 or so hours to like this point now, like when you're traveling in these environments, you are kind of pushing it beyond your like normal 8 hours of travel, and then it gets dark, and then like it's time to lay down. Like your adrenaline is up, even though you're not like actively doing anything like fighting or running or whatever it might be. You're tense. You can feel the stress. It keeps you awake. You can feel the tense situation that you're in, to where like there's no sun setting to where it's like, okay, like we should probably rest for the day. You're just moving and surviving in the space that you're in. So you are not like queuing in like, okay, we need to rest. Like at some point you'll be fatigued enough and have to rest. If it gets to a point where you're going to have to push beyond and want to and possibly suffer exhaustion, then that's fine too. But you're getting to a point now where time is like slipping a little bit, and you don't know how long you've been traveling down, but you know that it's been a while. You can feel it in your legs, you can feel it kind of in your back. You can't see much different as far as the terrain around you goes, but you do get to a point where it does shift. So as you get further down, those large kind of like mounds of rock that you saw like at the top of what would be like the peaks, almost like these mountains that are inside of this mountain. So essentially imagine like where you were up at the top, you could see the points of where they were. It's where they just look like these jutting kind of bits of rock. Once they get kind of down to the bottom, like where the base is, they begin to connect and kind of form this ceiling underneath, to where there's like another cave system underneath the cave system, if that makes sense. So once you get to the bottom of this wall that you're at, following this path and getting down, you're looking out at essentially this open space that leads further in. You can see spiked rocks coming from basically what that backdrop is like you're looking at that now, where there's this ceiling of rock kind of coming down. The ceiling of rock itself is still probably 100 or more feet high, and then opens up in some spots, gets smaller in others. Rocks kind of jutting out from the sides themselves. And once you're looking down in this space as well, there is a little bit every now and then of this just kind of dull ambient light in some spaces. Also going back a little bit before, you guys would have had some light randomly every now and then. As I said before, when you guys were like looking down, there were these kind of dull gray, almost looking like rune crystals that were there, barely shedding off any light, but it's enough that like your eyes will focus to it in some manner or another. Down here, you can see these dull kind of purple glows up against some of these rock faces. Everybody make a wisdom save.
That's not fun.
Center, you can do it with advantage.
We're being drugged. No.
I love being drugged.
Is this a
Sometimes I drug myself.
magical sleep?
It is not a magical
Okay.
sleep.
I just want well, I'm not. I'm about to. Whatever it is, I'm getting hit by it. I'm not.
You
I
might.
think you might actually get advantage as well, Sacred. Can you read the Fey Ancestry thing really quick?
It's all dumbed down on here. It just says immunity is magical sleep.
I thought there was something else on there too. Maybe not.
It might have been changed.
I think so. If I find something different, I'll let you know. But I don't think so.
Is it-
we need a book
You have
guy, dude.
advantage on
We
saving
need a book
throws
guy.
against being charged.
I'm retired.
Yes, you have advantage.
We need
I've been forced out.
The book guy symbol.
Okay.
It's time. Redeem yourself.
Finally.
Okay, Brody.
Me?
Yes.
What am I doing?
Wisdom save.
You've been killed.
Is that a number?
Yes.
Just tell me passed.
A plus.
Way better.
You're up. 8. Okay.
Why did you make that noise?
23.
23.
We needed a 10.
We're
dead.
I'm scared.
18.
18. 12. 12.
Also 18.
Also 18. Okay. You guys walking, like you look, you can see these kind of dull purple glows. Some of them
Creepy.
closer than others. You just kind of look at them and then continue walking. Steiner, you see the glow kind of coming off the wall. Lyra and Brodier both walk, so like being on two different sides. Brodier kind of turns around and takes like 8 steps towards one of the purple bulbs that's kind of on the wall. Lyra turns and takes some steps over toward the other side, and you can see like them walking at them.
Oh, like directly towards them?
Directly towards them. As they start to as well, you watch Brodier like reach up, grab it, and just pull the thing off, and like look at it, and just like start to open his mouth to go eat it.
I drink piss. This is.
He admitted it. Finally.
Lyra's still probably got like 8 or so steps before she reaches it, but we watch Brodier.
Please don't let me
reach
eat the
up and
balls.
grab it.
I'm just gonna say, what are you doing? And I'm gonna reach for the one Brodier has. And I'm gonna. I think I'd probably be right behind Kane. I'm gonna tap Kane and I'm gonna point at Lyra. And I'm gonna reach and try to grab whatever Brodier's holding.
Yeah. You can see Brodier like as he has his hand and is like reaching it kind of towards you have your hands like here, and he just continues to keep. I need to be
stronger. Arm over to Lyra.
Can
Hand
I,
on her shoulder.
Okay.
Can I send my pet towards Brodier to try and rip the whatever he's got out of his hand?
Yes. So what I'll do is I'll have you just make a dexterity check with the raven.
Okay.
And then you make a dexterity check as well, Brodier.
It's not a strength check?
No, because you're
Can
just
I-
basically-
Holding on to it, dude.
Steiner can't stop you. Like you're.
Can I give him disadvantage?
That guy's strong as fuck, dude.
He
was
is.
like third
Hey,
or
I almost
something.
won an arm wrestling
Yeah,
competition.
third, dude.
Respect on his name.
The only fucking people he lost to
enough,
were
though, King, you
Goliaths.
stop Lyra for a moment, just kind of like grab her shoulder and pull her back a little bit. Something still pulls you toward the ball before Kane, like one more time, like just pulls you away from it, and then you just like kind of snap out of it. And you're like, what the fuck?
I got 12.
You good?
12?
I don't
Am I
know.
supposed to give you a number again?
What's that?
Tell him you passed.
I got 4.
4?
Walking towards that
The
purple glow.
Raven swoops through and grabs the fruit from
He'd
you.
be swooping.
You just watch as it grabs the fruit and kind of goes off and like drops the bulb, or it can still carry it if you want it to carry it.
No, I just drop it off. Like, just.
I throw my axe.
Grabs.
Close up.
drops it.
Is it still, like, lit up, like glowing?
Yeah.
As it
Am I
falls?
still following
Does
it?
it illuminate anything?
Mhm.
Oh, okay. It's just, like, very, like,
Yeah,
just
it's
condensed.
dull. Yeah.
Am I still following it?
No. You just kind of like, well,
What the hell are you doing? You're about to eat. Kind of looked like a rock.
I will say too, when you were closer to it, it more looked like a bulb of like a flower.
Oh,
Do I
Oh,
know
yeah,
what
wait.
happened, or
Oh,
was?
I thought he was saying balls.
Do I know what happened? Like, was I like
Purple ball.
there, or
Feel
was I
like
just
you're being
being
like
Gobble.
pulled to it.
I just,
I don't want to talk.
kind of just like looked kind of tasty. Well, I think maybe a little hungry.
Ooh.
You can see another one kind of close over to the side.
I'm gonna go take a look if I am seemingly unaffected by it right now. I'll just kind of prod at it a little bit, see if it reacts in any way.
Blows us all up.
Make another wisdom save
Oh fuck!
with advantage.
Alright.
Walked into the bomb.
18.
18. Okay. Easy enough. As you're kind of near it, probably a little like everybody else is kind of gathered and moved away a little bit. You poke it a little bit, and you watch as you're examining it. Being somebody who studies plants and flowers and such, when you kind of poke it, you watch this like pollen almost kind of like float off of it, and you feel like you just kind of cover your face for a quick moment.
Yeah.
It's nothing so intense that like the second you touch it, it's like immediately the spores. It's like this pollen that's probably just floating around down here itself that you guys, when you get to this point and it's kind of in this enclosed environment, you inhale a little bit, and then it kind of entices you over to these actual bulbs themselves. So it's not quite the color of it or anything. It's like this pollen that is drawing something into it, almost like a sweet nectar. It's like just drawing you near it to like try to eat it.
I'm gonna pull out my knife and cut it off of the wall or
Mhm.
wherever it's attached
Yep,
to like
so
a
you
vine
can
or
see
something.
where like the
Oh!
rocks faces
It's
are
gonna explode.
itself. There's like these cracks kind of going along it, and then growing out of it is like this vine, and then from the end of that is a bulb, and then you can see this series of this plant that's just kind of like randomly popping up all over the place as well. You definitely know the closer you are to it, obviously the higher you have a chance of breathing that pollen in, but you would imagine you guys just walking through here, like now that you have already resisted a little bit, are probably fine and are not going to be
Okay.
enticed by it so much anymore. However, if you do have it near you and that pollen is more direct and like you inhale it immediately again, it will more than likely entice you to eat it once more.
Okay. Do I feel like I could put it in a bag and then not have to deal with the pollen? Would it collect on the inside of the bag?
Yeah, you'd imagine so.
Okay.
Piece of candy.
I do want to try and cut it off the wall then and drop it into a small pouch. And it might stop glowing, it might stop having effectiveness, but I think Steiner is thinking if there's a scenario where he can use this to distract something, it might be pretty useful.
All that being said, Kane's walking up to the bulb after getting a layer back because he wants to see what this thing is and where it leads.
Yeah, you can see the same thing basically that Steiner saw, like the vines and everything. It is just this kind of purple flower bulb that's sitting there with like a dull glow to it. There's quite a few of them too, like throughout the area that you guys are in. You can see the dull purple glows, like going further down the walls and the paths and kind of going up. And all of them are on some sort of rock face. None of them are like on the ground or like really coming from the ceiling. Most of them seem to have grown out the side of there.
Are they all like attached to the
nuts.
same vines? Like
It's a
You
little
just
hard to tell, but you'd
started it.
imagine it's a pretty
I'd say
big plant,
so
just
much
because you
nuts.
can see the way that like the rock face of the wall itself is, and the way that the bulbs are kind of sitting across the
Was it a
the
full
rock
load of
face
nuts?
itself.
That's a full load of nuts. That's why I was so enticed to the balls.
it doesn't look like if I started walking along the wall, I'd find where they lead to, or like a
No.
source of it. Or
No, it doesn't seem like they would do that. No.
I'll be back over to everyone else then.
Alright,
There's only
you
one way to
don't
figure
get
out
too
what happens.
close to these
Like,
plants. It seems like they will keep doing that. So
What did they do? Doing.
Luring you
Alright.
in
luring you in.
I like being
with
lured.
the pollens.
So we should put face coverings on?
I think if you have resisted it already, as long as you don't get too close, will be okay. But you can put face coverings on if you want.
Okay.
Mm.
I'm gonna put a face
Well,
covering
yeah,
on too.
You know what would happen if we ate them?
Nope, could be poisonous. Could be any number of things happening if you ate it. I don't know.
I'm just like imagining as we're walking down the hallway, Steiner like Brody just like over and over again, Steiner's just like whacking him.
With the staff. Hey, get.
Not the good.
Go on, get. Go on, get. What you want? Maybe you should cover your face.
Permanently.
That's crazy.
Brody here puts a Bane mask on.
Put your eyebrows down, dude. Wasn't that
up.
serious?
That's fucked up.
Retract those eyebrows.
Drink piss.
Fucking
Retract them.
She has a point.
drink piss one time and you're a piss drinker.
It was
That's
one
for
time.
sure, man.
Build 1,000 bridges.
It's like one dick.
Alright. Obviously, being the only way is forward through this, there is a central kind of like solid ground where you're walking right now. You can tell that it gradually kind of goes lower. You can feel these turns in it. There are, at some point when you travel further, several paths. Like, so many different directions of where these tunnels kind of bore into the earth that you would imagine like, okay, that's probably like a creature made that and might be living in it, let's not go that way. And then there's also just wide openings, cracked open earth that leads into different directions. You can see literally like a hole in the ground itself. It gets to a point where like we don't have to sit here and debate like let's go this way or that way. Like there's so many different options of like how to get further down that it doesn't really matter. Like there's so many different ways to go down it. There's like cracked open holes that lead to another low ground spot that opens up into more of these cavernous kind of tunnels. These huge jutting spikes and rocks from both the ground and the ceiling. There is that dull purple kind of ambient light of those bulbs pretty spread throughout. In the space that you're in now, when you are hearing things, you have more ability to pinpoint them now too, because you can see there's not so much of this vast openness. You have a lot more of these rock formations that it can kind of bounce off a little bit to where I'll say Steiner and Sager, the two of you, see it where like as you're walking along, you hear this kind of like, and you watch this smaller kind of millipede-looking type of insect crawl over the side to one of the bulbs. You watch it kind of like the antennas kind of like wrap around it and like feel it for a second. You watch it kind of back up a little bit and then like move back toward it. It takes like a small like bite out of the bottom corner of it and like kind of chews on it for a moment. You watch as this kind of deep green kind of viscous liquid falls from the actual bulb itself. You can see the mouth of the millipede like eating at it as it goes to kind of like back up, and then you just watch it like slowly curl up and then roll off of the wall of the rock itself.
How far away is it?
It's probably only like 10 feet away from you.
Can I go put a little vial underneath it and catch a couple drips?
Mhm.
Okay.
The smell is very, very sweet, almost
Okay.
like sugar in a way.
Okay. Trying to draw you in with the sugary smell.
Besides the little millipede, like, have we seen, like, on our walk through here any other form of like creature or parts of a creature or anything? Like even like carapaces or something?
No, it's been pretty barren. I will say the only things that you probably would have kind of seen, especially with your dark vision, it's a little easier. Still these kind of gray silhouettes of things, but like something like flying in the distance, like probably a bat or a few bats. Stuff skittering along the walls could possibly be rats. Like nothing so egregious or formidable that it has like caught your attention. You'd imagine also based on the way that like the walls are themselves and
Nothing
like
the
holes are
beetles
bore
or
out.
anything like that.
Nothing like that. No. It also, you bringing that up, like you start to think of
I think of like the big, like possible like centipede that was laying the eggs or something like that.
yeah, right. Yes, for sure. Like things like that are definitely in the back of your mind. You start to also think that the reason you're not seeing like corpses of stuff out here or stuff just lingering out and about is that most of the time when something is probably killed or eaten, it gets brought back into some sort of cavernous lair that's inside that starts to get eaten at. There's also probably not a lot of stuff just roaming around because there are probably bigger and badder creatures that are just waiting for those opportunities to attack, essentially. With that at the back of your mind too, you probably find it's much better for everybody to maybe cling to the sides, stay kind of hidden, try not to just like walk out in the open.
Yes, like looking more towards like survival instincts and things like that.
Yeah, they definitely start to kick in a lot when you start to look around, especially after seeing that and being like, huh, like I haven't seen anything in a while. Then you start to kind of cue into all of that, like, okay, we need to cling to the sides, like stay out of sight of like this main thoroughfare, like this path that's in the middle here. You start to like wander your eyes upward as well, just to stuff on the ceiling that could be kind of like lurking about. Make a perception check.
Yeah. 21.
So when you're looking at the ground, like trying to find like you would in a forest, like tracks or things that would be like leaving prints or stuff behind, you can see occasional spots where like something has like slithered through, right? Like you can see the way that the dust is at the side, or like the sediment of rock that's at the sides has moved around, and there's just this central kind of path that's moving through. Definitely some form of snakes would be down here, you'd imagine. You look over toward the walls themselves and can see the bugs that are just kind of like moving in and out through the cracks that you're starting to see a little bit more like prevalently now. You see that
Because it's
happen.
like getting like
Yeah, it's
smaller.
narrowing up a little
Yeah.
bit, like the path that you're on, and starting to like kind of go down. The ceiling above you is probably, somewhere between 50 to 80 or so feet, and in those distances that you can see well enough within that 60 or so of your dark vision, you start to kind of bring your attention full circle like around you guys, trying to see, making sure that you're aware of certain dangers that could possibly be there. And you look up at the rocks themselves that are kind of like coming downward. You're not really sure what to make of it, but you can see like the rock that's kind of coming down, right? And then you can see buried into it every now and then like almost like a gash in the actual rock itself. Like it's not quite a crack, it's almost like somebody took like a very sharp like pick or blade like into one and then you can see that it kind of continues along the rocks itself, like something traveling across it. It's not natural by some means of like cracking open or like a crack that's come down it like structurally or anything. Something is like hitting it and like going across it, like the rocks that are in the ceiling, and you can see it at the tighter parts of where you are, to where you're now like 360, like constantly like trying to be like aware of what's going on. Again, I'd say you probably make a point for everybody to not just be like walking down the center, and you're more or less like going over to the side.
Since it's kind of narrowing up down here, we probably shouldn't be walking straight down the middle. Maybe stick to the side over here, and we can use the wall to help guide us as well.
All right.
Just don't want something rolling down. I don't know. There's some weird marks on the ceiling that don't really make sense. Some form of creature uses it, or has used it. To
Like
move.
Like climb something?
Climb, swings, I don't know. Strange.
Alright, you guys kind of cling to the side and travel further and further. You can feel the fatigue in your legs a little bit. You can feel the exhaustion kind of starting to set in. You also realize very quickly that you're not going to be able to take like full long rests down here. It's going to be like 45-minute to an hour short rest of like kind of shutting your eyes for a moment and then continuing further. So saying that, any sort of spell slots or anything that you are going to expend, just keep in mind that you were likely not going to have a spot to take a long rest while you're down here. So being mindful of that, you'll be able to recover hit points if those are lost within your short rest. But as far as taking a long rest and really being able to restore fully is going to be difficult. So keep that in mind. The path itself narrows quite a bit to where it's probably only like a 10-foot or so ceiling, maybe a little bit more. Sigrid, again, I'll have you make I'll say Sigrid. Anybody with survival proficiency as well can make a check.
19.
Okay.
Anybody else have survival?
I do.
Okay.
What about stealth?
No.
What
Pretend
about
I
nature?
don't.
It's an S.
There's a 6.
It's right next to it. If you like
Terrible
split,
fitting.
it looks like I have survival.
About performance.
Alright. So
What about
Sigrid,
persuasion?
you're the only one really
Intimidation.
cueing in on anything. This portion of the tunnel that you're kind of in right now, and it kind of just went from like a space to a tunnel, right? Like the paths that you kind of started weaving and going down. There's this pretty steep kind of, not drop, but like in the open space that you were in, it kind of goes down a ramp pretty drastically. There are still spots where there's like this just huge crack in the ground, and like if you go and look down over at it, it's just dark. You don't know if it just drops down into nothingness. You don't know if there's a bottom to it, or if it's just like shallow enough where like if you were to reach your hand into it, like you could feel the bottom of it or the side. You also are not just reaching your hands into holes that you have no idea where they go. So you just kind of see these things and are a little bit more aware of them, and the unknown and mystery of it is kind of chilling in a way. So I'm not saying it's just this smooth path that you're walking along. There's still just like these huge breaks in the actual earth itself that lead to darkness, and you are unsure of where it goes. But the safest, most clear, direct path that you are on and continue on eventually gets to a point where the ceiling itself is no more than 20 feet high, and some spots looks a little more narrow. The stalactites from the top that you could see kind of coming downward that were normally pretty prevalent, you can see are all broken off. Like something moved, like looking at it, super simple, something moved through here that was big enough to smack the tops of it down and kind of break them to the ground. You can see the broken rocks just kind of crumbled over to the side. You got what, 20, what did you get for, sorry?
19.
19, okay, so not quite 20. But you can see the broken rocks and then kind of falling down. It doesn't look recent. It just looks like it happened at some point and is just the way it is. You can't tell how long ago or whatever it was. You can just tell that something big enough to move through here broke the rocks off at the top to where they kind of crumble down to the ground. It opens back up again to another 30 or so feet, maybe 40. You continue traveling further down. You get to a point now where there is a small little spot over to the side, kind of nestled away. Not super far away though. You can still hear things moving around, but you have a moment right now where if you wanted to, like, you guys kind of cue into the fact that you have a good bit of time to maybe take an hour or so to sit, rest your legs, possibly eat something really quickly before traveling further. You don't feel like you're in a spot safe enough, especially because it almost feels like an artery where like things travel through here, and the possibility of you being seen just kind of hunkering down where you are is pretty high. The way you've been traveling right now is you'll probably move one space to another along the wall, kind of wait for a moment. If you hear something possibly moving around, where you stop and kind of wait for it to pass by or move through. It's only happened maybe once or twice, and that was more up in the other portion, where now, like, you'll probably end up doing the same thing, but you have a moment right now to rest for maybe an hour or so, gather yourselves really quickly, to where you're not going to start to suffer exhaustion by any means, so you can do that, or you can continue to push forward. It's up to you guys.
If you guys want, we can hunker down here for a few minutes. Maybe not more than an hour at most.
You guys think it's a good idea to just wait for a bit?
Might give us some time. We can drink some water, maybe eat some food. Get a little bit of strength back. Rest your legs.
I'll
Any-
distribute some baked potatoes.
Okay. Unwrap them from some cloth and just start kind of handing them
I'll
out.
pull out the snack I got earlier. I got one of the raffle.
How'd you get that?
When did he grab that?
Who let him take this?
I killed the bug, so eat it at your own risk.
Noticed the rocks protruding from the ceiling kind of broke. Looks like something broke them. Something big enough to break them.
Any broken rocks down on the floor?
Like from what snapped on the top, like looks like it fell onto the ground.
I mean,
Oh, the ones that are just like kind of up.
yeah. Any stalagmites broken? Okay, interesting. It moves along the ceiling big enough to break those, but there aren't any broken ones on the floor.
Most of the like stalagmites are like off the walls as well. Not many like in this path of where like he points to it being broken that are straight in the middle of the ground.
Okay. Any of these areas starting to look familiar at all to what you saw?
Do any of these areas look familiar from what I saw?
Cavernous.
No, not really.
I will say though
Oh,
that
hold on.
you feel like
Something's coming to me.
Wait a moment. You feel like you are on the right path from the information you've been giving, and just kind of like a gut feeling of like pushing further. Like you know that you're going to find it, whether that be by sheer hope or an actual fated feeling in your stomach, but like it has to be, right? Like you have to be in the right
I would hope
place.
so.
Yeah.
I tell Steiner, this seems right.
Okay. Alright, well, not much we can do.
Bless
Let's take a bit to rest, and then
Bless you.
I told you not to breathe that pollen in.
Right.
It's three strikes.
Can't see
It's gonna be
anything.
3 wisps this time.
It's dark.
It's got bad allergies. It's all the pollen.
I can't. I just feel out of place
Cover your
down
face.
here.
Like rodeo shit.
Eat the fruit. I want to see what happens.
He turns into one of those millipedes.
I can heal you.
I took the drippings from the fruit, and I also grabbed the millipede. How big?
Okay.
How big is it?
You were
It's
gonna
probably
dip
like
in
this big. He's like,
No, I'm taking it still.
It's like spicy food. Like if we just put like a drop, you know, like it's not gonna hurt you that bad.
Try
But
it.
it'll make your food taste.
I collected some drops if you want to try it.
Put some on my big potato.
I'll put one drop on his baked potato.
Steiner uncorks this shit
Are
and
you sure about this?
puts a little drop on the
Oh
baked
my gosh, you're
potato.
actually doing it.
Like,
Alright, I'm gonna get like the smallest drop out of there.
You just kind of like do your best to put a little bit on there.
I'm gonna try it.
Okay, make a Constitution saving throw.
Are we like off like in a little alcove?
Yeah, so basically the path going like this, and then like one wall.
Uh-huh.
It
got
doesn't
a
quite like
vantage on
open up.
this?
It just has like a
Oh, yeah.
little bit of like a bump in it where you're just barely off to the side. There's a couple of rocks that are kind of like jutting out from where you are to where you're like kind of underneath that.
Uh-huh.
Some of you might be sticking out just like a little bit into the main artery of it, but it's barely.
I want to just while we're over here resting, I want to cast cordon of arrows.
Okay.
So what it allows me to do is I'll take 4 arrows and I can place them in the ground, and then any creature that enters that I don't want them to ignore, it'll pick up and shoot an arrow at it.
Sick.
So within 30 feet.
Okay.
So
That's pretty sick.
I'll take 4 and go towards like the little opening that we're at, and then just kind of place them a few feet apart.
Okay.
And you'll see like a little purplish glow leave my hand as I push them in the ground.
This is a cool trick.
Didn't want Brody here.
Natural one.
Natural 20.
Yeah.
Okay.
Told you, just makes it taste better.
So you still take damage, but you only take half.
How much could that little drop actually do?
Can you move it or no?
No, they're unmovable.
No.
So like you can't even remove them from the ground until
So-
I dispel it or.
Could be a good trap to just leave behind.
Let me leave it here. You can't remove it from the ground. That's all I guess.
Probably just be better to roll.
Sword in the
instead of
stone
using the
situation.
average for
Can I
that.
try and pull the arrow out?
How many dice is he rolling? Let's see. Well, that didn't sound like that many, but it could be a lot. Could have been 4 d20s or something.
Okay. Take 11 points of
That might,
poison.
it might be a little too spicy, you know. Like,
How was it? Was it spicy?
what did I feel?
It's very like caustic, like it's like almost like burning, like not
Did
like
it taste
spice.
good
It's like
at like one point?
no.
Was it like, this is good, but
It's like a
also
hot sauce
kinda
that's just
sour?
there to be hot and
Yeah,
not
it's just-
tasty.
There's no. It's not even like a spice. It's like a just like deep chemical like burn like in your chest.
you just drank acid.
How was it?
You alright?
Was it so good?
If you die, it's on you. I'm not liable.
Ruin a whole good potato for that?
Not worth it.
Yep.
Not worth it? Alright, well.
That little drop.
It was like the tiniest drop I could give him. Damn, I might have to make this into a poison.
It'd probably be pretty good.
Make an intelligence check.
Okay. Is this alchemically related? Can I
Yeah. it is.
can I use my proficiencies and stuff?
Yeah.
Nice.
I can't see what the other one was, but this is a 19.
That's a 4.
19 plus 6, 25.
Okay. Okay. So you're watching pretty intently as he eats it, and you
I
watch
want to
as
see how he's affected.
you watch as he
He's
takes
taking
the
notes.
you watch as he takes the bite.
Do I
And
brine
part
it?
of it like kind of touches his lip, and then kind of goes across.
You eat us.
The part that's like on his lip
Mhm.
sits there and like is still kind of there, even though he still ingests some of it. The part on his lip doesn't seem to be bothering him at all.
Got lick that up.
Interesting. Okay.
So it definitely appears to need to be ingested to take effect.
Or stabbed into someone.
Do you make an attack with the arrow, or do they make a save?
They make a save.
Okay. Got it. Everybody
It's a
make a
dex
stealth
save.
check, please.
I'm good. I'm so good
You're-
at stealth.
Oh. Alright.
Steal.
Can
I
I
lost
rage
it.
and make it a stealth? A rage stealth?
Rage stealth.
Find it.
I swear he's screaming, but it's so quiet.
Yeah, cast silence. He's yelling.
Take it.
Oh, I do
Go
add
ahead,
something
somebody
to
start.
stealth.
9. Okay.
17.
19.
11.
20.
Natural 20.
Okay.
22.
Shit's gone.
Hey, this.
was like, oh no, he's gonna die, and I vanished.
I'm not an accessory.
Yeah.
Alright.
I already got a warning.
It's
I
got
can't
its
be
go
involved
bad.
in this.
I was never here.
So you basically just do for the cordon of arrows because it's actually going to matter here.
Yep.
Do you have to choose?
No.
Like,
Whatever you're gonna say, no.
you just choose who you don't want it to shoot at.
Yep.
Within? Okay. So
And it
anything
hits
else it
everything
passes at, it will shoot. Okay. As you guys are sitting here, you can hear these pretty similar,
My fucking leg!
pretty similar kind of wind beats. They're not quite to the point to like you actually see them move through a little bit as well. You see those like rock beetles like flying at the top part of the cave. A couple of them close enough to where these arrows just start like like shooting upward. You watch them kind of like try to move and get out of the way. They don't appear to like turn around. They appear to be getting away from something. There's like 4 or 5 of them kind of floating through the air as they're flying. And these arrow like two of the arrows go off to ones that are close enough. Just like you watch one of them. Let me just make a quick roll.
And dex saves.
6.
I shape change into a stalagmite.
You watch one of them as it flies by. Like it hits underneath, and you watch this beetle just like fall and hit the ground. The 5 that were kind of flying through, they start to kind of move. The one that the arrow hits that falls onto the ground, you can see it kind of like twitching, like the wings and the legs moving as it's just sitting there on the ground. The other 4 flying through. You watch silhouettes of creatures moving through as well, kind of closer to the sides as well, from where like the actual stalactites were before that were broken off. They're having to move to the sides. You watch this bipedal, enormous kind of creature, probably 6 or so feet tall. You can see it has a strong kind of physique to it. You watch the arms themselves are just these long kind of hooks. You can see a beak coming off of the front. These kind of like scaly, almost feathers. The skin itself is scaly. As they're kind of going through, you can hear this like as they're jumping, going across the actual top parts. The sound itself echoes through. You can see these just white glowing eyes as their heads are snapping around. You can see them like kind of twitching. The 3 of them that are moving through, you watch one of them that just like jumps across, like lets go, and 2 of the hooks sink into the backs of the beetles and land on the ground. They start to like drag them over to the side. You watch them take the beetle and like push one off. You watch one of the ones that was floating around just drops down, buries the hook into the dead one, and then they take one of their hooks up toward the top as they jump up and kind of scrape their way up and then hook and then like swing, pull it out, go to the next one, slam it in, and just continue to travel through. The 3rd one that was there drops down to the one beetle that has like an arrow in it and just kind of like sitting there twitching. You watch it take the claws and just like rip open the center part of it and like start to eat to the inside. As it's sitting there kind of like waiting, like just eating at the interior, you watch it kind of make another like, and you hear that sound kind of like bouncing off of the walls. As it does, it kind of like snaps its head and like starts to like look around. It's like, then you hear it again bouncing off as it's like looking around. The eyes themselves just look glazed over, like there's no pupil or anything. They're just like sitting there. There's like a dull kind of glow to them just from certain ambient lights. You see in the distance, just far enough, probably 50 or so feet, like up against the wall, clung up onto the rock, the beetle just dangling from one hook, the other hook buried into it, the other 2 making more noises as well. Just one looks up, hooks the beetle and just starts to drag it behind it as it starts to move forward. They start to skitter their way through and move across. It gets quiet. You hear the sounds kind of echo and fade in the distance. About an hour total of time passes from when you sat till now. Eat a little bit, drink some water. Taking the time to sit and wait. Definitely avoided the encounter with the creatures that all made their way through just then. Randomly as well, and realizing it is important to stay hidden over to the sides. You gather your things really quickly, of whatever small things you would have even pulled out, and begin traveling again down this path to get further in. easily an entire day worth of travel or more at this point. The space that you're in now has a little bit more of ambient light. Nothing crazy. Like it is still dark as hell, but there is enough of this little light off in the distance to where like those of you without dark vision can at least like see the ground beneath you and like shapes of things off to the side. If things were to like be moving around you, you'd pick up on them a lot better as to opposed to before where you know you were relying on your allies to be your eyes. You have delved deeper and deeper into this cavernous system that you are in right now. You start to also realize that whatever way you are heading right now has to have some sort of exit to it as well, or it's going to really suck trying to have to come back the same way. You're trying to map everything out as best you can to have some form of direction to go into, but you realize when you, even to some of the paths that you start to travel down, you go down kind of off to the right, going downward. It gets to a point where you're watching it get narrow and narrow and narrow to where it just ends, basically. Like you just come to an end of a cave and you have to turn around and go back. As you turn around and go back, everything looks basically the same all over the place. There's not really like great landmarks. There's just these jutting rocks all over the place, cracked stone surfaces. There's no real like great way to find tracks in the ground leading back to where you came from before. You can see disturbed sediment on the ground of like where you had stepped or moved through, but it's difficult to just navigate very, very efficiently in the space that you're in. So having to go all the way down and then come all the way back up in the same fashion would be pretty difficult to do. Not saying you wouldn't be able to manage it, but the danger as well as the navigating, it just seems unreasonable, and hopefully there is a better alternative the further you get in. You have no direction really, or idea as to exactly where it is you must go. You know that there is some route of Yggdrasil coming off of a cave wall, but you are surrounded by cave walls. Everything looks like a cave wall. You were told by Seer Coat to travel all the way down, but that was really only to find the entrance to the Underdark. And you have found it and some. There's more out in front of you than you were even anticipating. You're realizing that it's basically just like a mirror of what's above you in a way where like there's just so much space down here that you're basically like in another world, essentially. The landscape itself, although it has changed, it really hasn't changed much. It's just this jagged, deep cavern system, winding in all directions. There's just rocks jutting out from all angles of the caves, bore out holes in the sides of walls, the echoed sounds of rocks kind of clanging in the distance. You can hear skittering creatures more often, wing flaps every now and then to where you're clinging to these walls, staying hidden, watching these creatures, again, like swing their way through or fly their way through. Some are just like running really fast along the floor itself. You reach a point now where the ground itself becomes a little bit more like prevalent, I guess. You're not so much dealing with like just like cracked earth beneath you. Like what you have now feels like this just like solid stone base to where you don't think there's anything underneath it. But then the more that you look around, it feels like a bottom almost. Like it feels like, okay, this, like how much further down can we get than this? Like this is solid. It's not cracked so much. Like it feels like just solid ground. You then start to look around and you can see dark spaces, these holes across the entire surface. Essentially have this smooth path out in front of you, and then these just like void holes in the ground itself. You haven't really felt any sort of vibration or anything under your feet until now, and it's a little eerie. It doesn't feel like rumbling. It feels more like shifting in a way. The rocks that are kind of just like sitting on the surface kind of start to shake on the actual ground that you find yourself on. Walking across the surface, you realize that like the floor is this is kind of like gray stone, and then you can see these holes like that are on the sides, probably like 8 to 10 or so feet like in diameter. They're pretty smooth looking. They're pretty cylindrical, and they're all about the same size. They don't appear to be different, and they don't appear to be naturally made by any means. There really is no other way except for back and forward. So you continue to shift yourselves forward, kind of walking across, trying to find what cover you can, when you can. The space that you're in now, just for clarity of how far down you are, you've easily traveled walking over the span of time that you've been traveling, which is well over 10 or so hours. At the pace that you're going to, probably 50 or so miles, probably more. So if you do a slow pace for a day, it's 18 miles. Yeah, so you're probably about 50 or so miles that you are like traveled beneath the surface, between your hour of rest, the 10 hours of walking, and then this additional 2 hours that you have now walked to get to this point. You have traveled just constantly going downward further and further to where you are so deep into this cavernous system that you at this point now realize, like, holy shit, like, we are so far from just knowing we are absolutely safe. Before there was always the possibility of like, hey, like we can just run away or go this direction. Like now you are like, we're in it. Like it has kind of sunk in and set in to where you start to like look around at everything around you. You can see where you're standing now, out into this space. Like I said, there's still like a ceiling above you. It's much higher than it was before, but there is like nothing around on the actual floor itself. There's no creatures that you can hear moving around. You don't hear these wing flaps anymore. You don't hear skittering like legs. You don't hear rocks kind of moving and falling off of the sides as much. Like it just gets silent for a bit. Turn this off.
The calm before the storm.
It's not even a cat.
Why does it have to be a cat?
The calm before the calm.
The dark before the darkness.
I can't see
This
that.
is advanced darkness.
We're fucked.
This noise is worse.
That was me, sorry.
Oh, okay.
He farted.
This noise is better. No, it's not.
You
better.
are probably about 400 or so feet from where the actual like entrance down into this portion of where you have found yourself is. It's open. The ground, like I said, itself is just this like flat surface. You're having to avoid these holes that are kind of spread all throughout, and you watch kind of off in the distance where you can see this continuation of the cavern itself. The walls kind of jutting out, like the rocks and everything. You feel this rumble again, and you watch the rocks on the surface kind of shake and move. You watch one of them kind of just fall down into the holes around you, and as you're looking, you can see the holes around you even seem like they are like kind of moving and shifting in a way. Like you can see the rock itself, like the entire ground that you're standing on is just kind of like moving slowly around. It's solid, but it's just vibrating so much that it almost appears as if it is moving, especially in the darkness and trying to make sense of everything you see around you.
Should we hide?
Nothing bursts up, but you watch very slowly from one of those holes as you see this just like toothy maw slowly start to like rotate as it comes up and out, and then it just starts to kind of get higher and higher up, looking around, maybe 80 or so feet away from where you are, kind of moving its head. You don't see any eyes, you just see this just fleshy kind of exterior, and then the maw itself of just teeth that are there. An enormous kind of like looking worm. It's not quite like hundreds and hundreds of feet wide and tall. It's maybe like 10 or so feet wide. Sticking out from this hole right now, you can see it's probably 15 or so feet tall, and it's just kind of like looking around, moving around about 80 or so feet. Then it slowly like sinks back down into the hole itself.
Last time we forced in orbit took like 13 hours.
No way it happens 2 times in a row.
It's stronger. It's stronger. 18
You ever
hours.
seen anything like that before?
No.
Is it storming in the cave?
I'm gonna say what the fuck to everybody who can hear me in my head.
Spooky.
You guys ever seen anything like that before?
Why the? No.
I can't see shit. Nope.
Oh, is anything covering your face?
It's dark in here.
You know what? Go back to the storm. Where the fuck that noise was.
Wait, no, it's
He's,
not illuminated in here. You should be able to see.
Yeah, I saw a giant thing come out of the ground. That's it.
So you don't know what it is? I have no idea.
It was a giant cylinder fucking pole from all I can tell.
Giant cylinder pole from what you could tell.
Was it alive?
With teeth.
Seemed like it.
I see the
It's
teeth.
pretty alive.
I didn't see the teeth either.
Can we just avoid that? Can we pretend we never saw that?
We
Is that
just keep
okay?
walking.
Yeah, let's just keep walking. But very quietly.
Quietly?
Till we walk
As
over one
quiet
of the
as we
holes it
can.
came out of.
That's what I'm worried about. This is at least. Are they like all over the place?
I'm so quiet.
You?
Play whack-a-mole with this thing.
What?
You
Bink.
So we're playing
Play
whack-a-mole with this
Like
thing.
loose rock.
He's got them all.
Well, like a little bit half to it.
This is your goal.
I'm gonna grab one. I'm gonna chuck it
Everything I've ever
down the
done is led up to
cavern.
this
You watch
moment.
Kane kind of reach down and grab a pretty sizable,
There it
maybe
goes.
softball or more sized rock, picks it up and then just throws it as hard as he can off in the distance. You watch it kind of like hit, and then you watch coming up from one of the holes. And then it bores right down into the spot where the rock was, slamming into it. You see another bit of rock as it starts to just like bury upward. Then it goes, retracts back a little bit into the one hole.
Do I feel like we need to go that way?
You have already traveled about like 400 or so feet out into this like landscape,
Of course.
and then like the only way is either that direction, like to where it starts to narrow and go down again,
Okay.
or back.
Okay.
I think I could throw further.
Do it.
That wasn't the goal, but
Why not? Whatever you say.
We think it's the.
that was a test to see.
You think we can
What it
sneak
does.
past it?
I think if we don't make any noise, we could probably
Yeah,
sneak
we can
past.
wait.
Really bad at stealth.
What if we?
I have, what
He's
if we
probably
pass
worse
without a
than I am,
trace?
but I'm not that good.
What if we just collect rocks
Okay.
and then throw a rock and then
Does
while
that
it's
give
in
us
the
all
air? we
advantage if we're
Plus
within a certain
10.
distance of it? Oh, plus 10's pretty good.
Plus 10's pretty good. Is it worth it?
Did everybody
I
hear what I
can
just
cast
said?
it for free
No.
once a day.
Oh, cool. Probably be pretty worth it then. Do we get stuff, even if we're not resting, stuff that like would come back the next day? Like my Pearl of Power recharges every dawn, so even
Yeah,
though
that
we're
one.
not
You don't have to
resting.
rest for that.
Okay.
I also have fast without a trace.
How about?
If you both cast it,
I
that's
do not
plus
have
20.
That's
no,
not-
some of those
No.
specifically say.
I don't think it's
Cancel out.
Why not?
Pass with trace.
Whoa!
Two negatives.
It's
a
fucking-
positive.
They
Yeah.
connect and explode. It's like,
Balance it out.
without a trace.
Yeah.
Makes a bunch of different creatures that make noises.
if it jumps at every rock, could we not just like throw a rock
Oh yeah, just
and
keep
then
throwing rocks.
move as it's in
What
the air?
if it's more than one?
What if it gets pissed off and it just stays in the cave and then finds us and eats us?
Why would I get pissed off? Is there too many rocks?
What
you
if
think?
Yeah.
I'd be pissed off.
What if it eats
Or too
rocks?
many rocks, I think.
What if you toss that flower thing?
I could try.
Is it gonna make like enough?
It's gonna fucking explode and turn into a
We
poison
tie it to a
cloud.
rock. You could throw it with it tied to a rock.
How do you know that?
I'm just guessing.
Stupid guess.
Do we need to kill this thing though? Can we just go
Do we
past
still
it?
see those bulbs on the walls or
I mean,
no?
I'm
No,
not
where
trying
you're
to
at now, no, they're
fight
not.
this thing.
They've
I don't
become a
know.
lot less prevalent.
I don't know how big it actually is. If there's more of them.
It looks big.
I feel like we maybe just try to sneak past it. But if you guys want to try it looks like it'll eat the fruit if we throw it over there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe the size is not gonna do much to it.
Give it an upset stomach.
That'd be
So
fun.
where it slammed down, did it like just continue into the ground?
It went in maybe like 2 or 3 feet, and then came back up and went down the one it was in.
How high up did it go?
When it came out,
Yeah.
at its peak, you saw it like 15 feet out of
And
that.
it's still in the ground.
Still pretty tall.
What's the max height of this cave?
You can't really see the top. Of
I've
it.
grabbed
You can see
2
certain
rocks.
spots where like there's like some stalactites coming down
So we figure out
that are
there's
maybe
2 of
like
them, you know what I mean?
60 or so feet up. There's other spots of it that like just kind of move.
I'm a little worried if it starts thrashing, if stuff's gonna start falling from the ceiling.
I grabbed 2 rocks and throw them in 2 different locations at the same time,
Okay.
far away from us.
So you
Okay.
just like throw one and then throw another one the
Yeah.
other way.
That was a pretty light throw.
As it does, you feel the ground kind of rumble and shake again. You can see the surface rocks move. You watch one comes up and kind of like slams and bites down and then like retracts back down into the ground.
There's only one. Just
He said one. Which could imply 2.
Wait another 20 seconds. Feel it underneath, like you can feel shifting kind of moving underneath you, and then it slowly fades off.
Well, I
Footsteps might be enough to set it off, though. I don't know.
Use a
Wanna
test
try
dummy.
your-
I can try pass without a trace. We just gotta be really careful and take our time.
Yeah, keep looking at road here.
Well, if
I'm literally like the 3rd.
if it attacks us, we throw the fruit in its mouth. I think.
Maybe the 4th.
Mhm.
I'll take 4.
Could be the 5th.
I'm not gonna get through there very quietly.
Six maybe.
I make noise by moving my body, so.
We could throw the fruit and then move back.
We could do pass without a trace, and I could cast enhance ability.
What does pass without a trace actually do?
Just gives plus 10 to
Yeah.
stealth
Not
checks.
touching
Yeah,
the
but like
ground.
doesn't it have like a description of
I know-
how it does
I know
that?
it's
It's just like an aura that emanates off of whoever
a
cast it.
valuable resource,
But like, does it silent your
At
footsteps?
least-
Does
No,
it
you
make it
turn
so you,
invisible.
I'm assuming you don't leave a trace.
Yeah, I'll read it for you.
Doesn't leave any
You
footprints.
don't
Fair
leave
assumption.
footprints, but I don't know. If
I
it's
didn't know if there
silent.
was like more to it. Like,
You radiate a concealing aura in a 30-foot emanation for the duration. While in the aura, you and each creature you have plus 10 bonus to dexterity stealth checks and leave no tracks.
that's it. It just
but you pass without a trace.
I would imagine
Yeah,
it
that's
also it like dampens your footsteps if
It
you're
doesn't
not
say
leaving
that.
tracks.
that was it. Just,
Okay.
Becomes heavier.
If you don't leave a foot track, what is happening?
that was
Your
it.
foot is not making as much of an impact on the ground, right?
That was it, dude. What if it just magically erases it, like with a broom?
Magic room?
That's how you cast the spell. You have to have a magic room.
Flying carpet.
Let me just run for it, you know?
Go ahead.
You do it.
Yeah.
Hey, you run, and we run the other way.
No, we'll just walk.
I think
Yeah. Would actually be sneaky.
Is it light enough in here that like I can see or? Okay, so if I just
The only thing you see is like the other end where there's like a little bit of ambient light. There's nothing like out in this space that you're in that's like glowing and giving way to be able to see stuff. You can just see like the cave that's on the opposite side has like this kind of grayish glow to it, like coming from there. Nothing bright. It's like a dull ambient glow, and it's only because it's just like another tunnel going downward, where the shape of it is not just like this round.
there's a leprechaun in there.
There's a leper in there.
we figured it out.
Are you gonna help him?
No.
How far away is that?
It's probably like 200 or so feet away.
That's like the turn for me. I can do it.
I like the stealth idea, but if we feel like we need to take more drastic measures, we can.
I can cast enhance ability on people who are really bad at stealth. We can do pass without a trace.
Well, I could also cast fly, which won't make any sound on the ground if somebody just kind of ferries everybody back and forth. But we don't know how far this thing can hear or sense or whatever it does.
So what if there's something on the ceiling?
Well, he can fly just above the ground. 1 foot above the ground.
I'm going to cast Pass Without a Trace no matter what.
I don't know. According to Jared, it might just not matter. So.
Wow, I was just trying to figure out what it
Do you want to throw the fruit?
Kind of feels like a waste.
You think?
Yeah.
Alright.
It's magic. That's how it works. Okay, buddy.
At the very least, we should probably stay spread apart if we're all gonna walk across.
I can't stay spread apart too far.
Gotta be within 30 feet for Pass Without a Trace to work.
Well, it's a 10 foot wide wormhole. It'll only grab a couple of us if we stay kind of spread out at corners.
We all take a bunch of rocks. I'll just keep throwing them.
No, only throw them if
As
we're in
we're
danger.
walking. No, as
we
we're walking,
we
we'll be
only
okay.
move when it comes out of the ground.
Yeah, maybe.
Just like somebody said this at the beginning.
I mean,
Did you say it?
What the why is this guy raising his hand?
Well, the first time it came out, it seemed like it was looking around for stuff, though.
It would probably just hurt us, and it was kind of like what the
New food.
Alright.
Alright, well,
No one's got a better idea than secret spell.
Alright.
Let's do it.
I'm hoping it'll work, but we can adapt as needed.
well. You see Sigrid pull some rune dust out of his pouch, squeeze it, and a shadowy mist envelops around his legs and starts going out around him in a 30-foot radius.
Alrighty. Scares himself, starts stomping his feet. What's on me?
Who's around me right now?
Alright. And then?
kid.
We start sprinting.
Stealthily moving forward.
Sounds like moving forward.
Alright, everybody make stealth checks.
Scared.
Gonna add +10 to him.
Here's a disadvantage.
Grabbing a small boulder.
I will cast
Large rock.
enhance ability on you.
So you cancel out your disadvantage now. You're just as
I will also grab 2 large rocks if I
I'm
can.
scared.
pretty good. Maybe it'll be a group check where we're counting successes versus failures.
18.
18?
Damn, okay. Stealthy
Plus
armor.
10's
guy.
nice.
Yeah. 28. Wait, I add 2 to that.
50.
30.
Fuck that.
17.
I'm not proficient, but I do have 2 decks.
23.
You start stepping and kind of moving your way through. You are very ginger with your steps, like very gingerly, like tapping onto the ground. You're moving at like a snail's pace, but you're doing so to make sure that you're not slamming your feet down onto the ground. Some of you have a little bit more difficulty with it than others, but you're still able to manage slowly kind of stepping across to where eventually you get 60 feet into the 200 or so feet that you have to actually like travel. You very like subtly feel like vibration under you, right? Like to where you're feeling it every now and then and it's causing you to kind of stop and like wait. Some of you are stopping more than others because you're convinced you feel it, but you actually don't. It's just kind of lingering in the back of your mind. Traveling another 60 feet, make another stealth check.
I'm gonna turn into a wolf
Why?
because I get better stealth.
That's 4 more. No, that's 2 more fucking feet.
Not if he does this.
He's walking.
Why, Grandma? Much big
And I
eyes
have
you
dark
have.
vision.
What the hell is that thing?
I'm gone. I'm gone. I'm on a different plane of existence.
Are you?
Oh, yeah?
I'm gone, dude. That's a 20.
Here's a
I
0.
this one.
That's a point.
Damn, okay. 25.
39.
Fuck you, dude. 35.
You suck.
27 again.
That's a
26.
Okay. Alright, with that, you get an extra bit of distance. So you, instead of the 60 feet, you go like, maybe 100. So you've only got about 140 feet left to travel.
Do the math. You write that out. Write that down.
160.
Okay, so that's 300, my bad. You have
There
another
we go. There we go. Thank you.
240.
The distance keeps increasing.
These numbers are not making.
Sorry.
You said
200
200 feet.
200 feet. Yeah.
Oh,
We've
okay.
moved to
Sorry, my bad.
160.
I meant to
So
say
we would have
40.
one more.
Wait,
Okay.
40
One
feet? It's just
I'm gonna
40?
say only 40 feet left of travel.
Okay.
It's like we
Okay.
keep
I-
that increasing the distance.
That's what I was like.
Make it 500.
Fuck it.
We're making
Fuck
it.
it, dude. Just make it so we can't get there.
Put us in a hallucination and the cave never ends, okay?
This is gonna be the rest of the session. We actually have to go the other way, and we'll never figure it out.
Yep.
Alright, stealth checks.
We all are fucking poisoned by the bulbs, and this is all just a crazy illusion. None of this is real.
Like 2 months of this, and then it'll tell us.
20?
29.
27. 26.
26.
26.
26.
20. Brother, say your numbers. I'm staring at you. Just looking at you, man.
He's a wolf. He's like,
Oh.
Alright, with that, you
It's a
gingerly
thriller
step once
walk.
more across the...
And songs about werewolves, okay?
You make your way across without issue. That low rumble still underneath, but you do safely make your way across to where you're now like at a cave entrance, essentially. The ceiling of it is probably 40 or so feet tall. You can see the sides of it are a little bit more smooth than the normal jutting out kind of rock, and it has an obvious kind of descent to it going downward. You can see these gray kind of stones buried in the rock face itself. They're kind of dull, and you see them becoming a little bit more prevalent the further down that it gets. And you can see like some strange hue, almost like there is color in the distance as far as the light goes. Mind you, when I'm saying this glow, I mean it is a very dull glow that's really just only giving you shape of things, because it has this bit of light to it, to where once you're kind of across now, like looking down into this tunnel here, it goes deeper and further in.
how, can we get any idea of how large this is? Is it still like super large, or are we in like a more compact?
It's definitely more compacted.
Okay.
Yeah, because you can see like the ceiling itself at about 40 or so feet, and then
Okay.
the walls on the side, like you can still see that. Like you can see in all areas of
Okay.
the space that you're in, as opposed to before where it was like you're traveling along a wall and then everything over this way is just like too far away to even see the edge.
Nice. Avoided a 15-hour fight.
Doubling, give it to the next person.
You are the next person.
Now we're doing a 30-hour fight.
Right before we walked out of the area, we all jumped in a high five.
Stomped our feet.
Nice.
Good job!
What did he say?
All right. You begin traveling.
Fireball.
Further into this, how long has passed without trace last?
Forever.
An hour.
I think.
Enhance ability is on you for an hour. I'm a wolf for 5 hours.
So that's all dex checks.
Like against your will, or can you just?
I am choosing to stay a wolf for the entirety of the 5 hours.
I'm stuck a wolf.
Someone help me.
1 hour.
1 hour. Okay.
Concentration.
Got it. Alright, about a half hour or so of your travels into here. Again, the cave, it is a lot more of a cave, kind of like tunnel now than it was before. This vast expanse of darkness and open space. You found this path that starts to kind of go downward. You can see small little alcoves over to the sides, none of them appearing to be like these tunnel systems from creatures being here. The space that you're moving into is a lot more smooth. It's barren. It became barren once you hit that kind of portion with the worm, with all the holes in the ground, to where the presence of that worm probably pushes a lot of things out from this area, so you feel a little bit more comfortable, but you're still uneasy, to say the least. Kind of push down further into this to where about 40 minutes now of like walking in here. So total from the time of the entrance down into where you are now, you can see it kind of open up into a little bit more of like a space that has like a ceiling to it. Rocks kind of coming from the ceiling, but most of them are just kind of like broken and on the ground, whether it be the rumbling or something kind of making its way through here. I'll have you guys all make stealth checks again.
How long has it been?
40 minutes. We got 20 minutes left.
Nice.
14.
I needed it.
22. Isn't that like a 30 for you anyway?
20?
That's not a trace.
26.
31.
18.
31. Yikes, dude. 32.
The stealthiest barbarian around.
Here I was talking all that shit.
Just deserve, honestly.
I have to focus
No,
on
no.
the spell.
I'm just like.
It's like, guys, I can stomp and it doesn't make any noise.
Watch. Watch me rage.
So, in this darkness, light stands out a lot. So, as you start to move around and look, pretty distant, kind of over to your left of where this is kind of opened back up, still kind of along this wall on your left. You can still see the wall on the right. You can see dull glows of things off in the distance to where like you're actually seeing dull colors of like purple, dull colors of like green
Not purple,
and
yeah.
kind of red that are off in the distance. You're seeing these kind of crystals that are in different colors. Not quite as vibrant as the ones you see on the surface normally, but like the gray is still there, but there's just like this little fleck of the other colors shining through. But what catches your attention is obvious orange campfire over on the left, like distant kind of back. You can see it glowing out of what looks to be another cave against the wall, maybe 800 or so feet away from where you are right now. It seems like it's small, but you realize in the amount of light that it's kind of giving off that it's actually kind of large. You can see vines kind of draped over the actual entrance of the cave as well, where they're kind of going down, that kind of cover it a little bit, but it stands out so much that you can actually see it. And then everything else seems to continue further on with the rocks kind of jutting out. You can see the path furthering, going more into the cave system.
Maybe they're friendly.
This is a classic worm technique.
wrong
Do they light a fire and
What
then
do you
make
mean?
you
With
walk
what,
into
with
it?
what thumbs? With what hands?
Do it all the time. Worms do it all the time.
Worms will do it all the time.
Where'd you learn this information about worms?
Worm expert. I deal with worms all the time
Name
in the
3
farm.
worms.
Name 3 worms.
The worms on the farm. That worm we just seen.
You don't know their
The
worms.
chickens eat all the worms on the farm. You don't know any of them.
I know all the worms actually, personally.
Every single
What are their
worm.
names? All of them.
I talk to them, so
Way too many.
Name
You know
12.
Worm Sleep?
Way too many.
He's pretty cool.
They don't like when I give out their name.
There's gonna be cows outside.
I don't know, I get it. Worms are pretty cool. You know Worm Sleep? You know.
in worm free.
You're making
And
names
worms?
up.
Worm Fred?
They're not named a worm thing, dude. That's weird. Wormy is what that is. Seriously.
Wormy?
Why don't you talk to the sandworm or rockworm?
Wolf.
Oh yeah.
You can talk. You literally were just talking.
Oof. I would go check that fire out.
No, he
He's
talks
moving
now.
walking away now. It's got a red jacket on.
Probably like.
Should we check it?
I'm going.
I think we should
You
check it.
shouldn't just like.
Oh yeah,
walk.
you could just go because you're a
over.
wolf and people wouldn't think anything of it
I
because you're just a
didn't
wolf.
like because what the wolf
Bottom
doing
of
here?
the
Said I fell in.
Maybe you should go. Wait, how much stealth? How much time do you have?
I don't know. How much time is
I
left?
don't know if we have enough to
On the
go.
Or is it
phone
over?
trace, you've got like 10 minutes.
Oh, there's no wormholes, right?
You get the 10.
Not like wormholes, but like holes that a worm made.
No, neither of neither one of those are here.
I move 40 feet.
Warp.
I'm moving.
Warp to somewhere else.
You
The wormhole.
watch Volkesh start walking toward the fire.
What
that's
if
over
they're
to
not
the far side.
friendly?
I still have you
That's
in my head.
Friendly,
So please report.
He's definitely gonna give us away, that's for sure.
Yeah, just
Is
really
anybody going with? Or are you guys? What are you doing?
He doesn't even make a good wolf sound. It's just like making noise.
maybe
At least I don't drink piss.
Damn,
doesn't
he's
do
gonna
this.
got you there.
Okay.
I think I'll go with him.
I mean,
I'm
Unless
also assuming-
everybody's-
I'm also assuming most of the
I have-
conversation is telepathically.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, we're talking.
Sure,
No. I want the
Sometimes I
ones
assume you're
yours.
talking.
I'm talking.
I think.
Would we all have to go through later to talk to each other?
No, I thought we were like.
You're all telepathic.
Okay,
Yeah.
just then. The book guy, make sure.
It's okay, book guy. If we don't have to do that.
I feel like the first time I ever did this, everybody talked to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's all.
We were
Because like Axe was there, and he was like, "It's okay, it's standard."
Okay. Volkesh still moving kind of toward the fire.
York?
Who isn't going? I'm going to the fire.
I think we're all just
Yeah,
following
I think
along
it's
at this point.
I don't think we should
I'll
split
tread
up.
lightly.
He probably has like a good 20 feet or so distance, maybe 40 at most, ahead of you guys, as long as nobody's like running up to catch up. But you keep moving toward the fire. The fire itself, the closer you guys get,
It's
Um,
thematic. We're cheating, aren't we?
you can hear the kind of like crackling of the fire from the inside. As I said, you get up to the actual cave entrance itself. The top part of it is like probably 25 or so feet high at the most, and then widens to about 12 or 15. So it's kind of more like this oval little shape instead of like more of a circle. You can see the stuff that's like hanging from the actual cave entrance is not actually vines, really. It looks more like kind of like snake skin, but like it's like thicker, like not really quite moss either. It just looks like a piece of leather almost that's like draped down over the front of it. It's all
Snake with the
misshapen
fire.
and ramshackle as well. Like
Classic
some of it
snake technique.
some of it has different hues and colors to it. Some of it is different materials. Some of it is actually like viney. It looks like whatever is here is like deliberately like kind of placed across the front of the entrance here. You are all at the entrance. So.
Do I smell anything?
We hear
Smell anything?
Yeah.
I will say that all of you probably smell it. It's kind of like a cooked meat kind of scent coming from the interior.
We hear anything, any shuffling around.
Yeah.
I'm gonna like
Can't go around too.
peek my nose in and just kind of go, and then like push my head in and just kind of like go up to the fire, and then look around and see what's going on.
So from where you are,
Balls of snow.
as you pop your head in, you can see the way that the glow is coming out, where it looks like the fire is kind of there. Once you pop your head in or kind of looking more, you can see that it like turns in just a little bit to where you can see the light is coming from like the curve itself, and you're kind of like sniffing. Looks like it opens up and like you'd have to get out and in to like actually walk over and see the fire. So you start to like move your way in. Your head's up. You're sniffing around, like kind of looking at the ground, sniffing, looking about. You get around the turn, and you see very quickly like a silhouette of something just like walks out in front of like between you and the fire, and everybody else sees the silhouette as well. You can see probably about 20 or so feet tall, long, burly form. You can see this kind of like leather kind of sash draped down from the side, deep kind of gray ashen stone skin, bald head. You can see hair actually coming. You can see hair coming from the sides of the face, like toward the front. The one arm is leaning onto what you can see is this very, very large kind of like branch, like broken, like branch essentially that's been ground and like moved around. The leg itself, you can see, is like dragging behind as it's moving, and kind of like a crutch as it moves its way through the actual cave. It's kind of like dragging the foot behind it
As soon as it like I see it, I'll lay down and I'll just put my head down and just let out like a.
You just quickly, like,
Hit him with the
duck
club.
down. You guys a little bit behind Voktash watch that silhouette.
Maybe.
The silhouette come across the fire that like kind of blocks out the illumination for a quick moment. You can hear the dragging and the kind of like as he's stepping. Lord Voktash kind of like duck down as he's looking up. You see the large creature walking through, or kind of limping through, holding in one hand what you can see is some sort of large haunch of something.
Can we like make out like his skin color? Like,
He said it was gray.
was it gray?
It's
Said Ashen.
Ashen stone gray, to be specific. That's why I said he was your
Yeah,
brother,
he was
dude.
bald.
When
That was funny
he
though.
makes his way around, the large haunch of whatever it is that he has, you can see it is basically like a completely skinned, what appears to be like snake almost. But the more you look, you can see that it actually looks to be like one of the worms that is just kind of sitting there. You can see that it has up part of the actual meat itself, like what looks like a bunch of holes, and then you see over to the side this just like really big trap, like that is designed in some sort of with whatever is down here, essentially, right? Over in the distance, the fire that you're actually seeing, you can see that there is like this carved out portion in the wall that has like a bunch of embers and such underneath it, and there's like a bunch of metal chunks and stuff that are all over the place. You can see this randomly ramshackle, like kind of bent and twisted pick that's over to the side. You can see a hammer that's just like resting up against the wall itself that actually looks like it's very, very well crafted. You can see the large hammer itself. The handle itself on it is probably like 12, maybe 18 or so feet long. The head of the hammer that's like leaning against the wall is probably like 5 feet tall this way and like 8 feet across. It has a bunch of cracks and not like quite cracks, but like scuffs and stuff along it. Like it has been used. You can see over to the far side as well, this armor that's just kind of like draped over onto the corner, like this little bit of a rock that it's set up against. You can see it has like one shoulder pad coming off the side, and you see just all down it in various areas, several runes that are kind of carved into the actual armor piece itself. And then as the individual kind of limps around the fire, you're probably tucked up against the wall a little bit more as you're like looking up. A couple of you might like be peeking around, but are like ducking back every now and then. You see them kind of like sit down, and as they sit, you can see that their form is burly, but also a bit slender, like broad shoulders, but the arms are a little bit more thin than they probably would be normally. The belly is like a kind of distended, but he has like a burly kind of chest as he's kind of sitting down. You can see the leg as he like lifts and sets it up onto a rock as he's leaning back up against the wall, is just covered with some sort of like cloth and bandage and torn hide and whatever it might be over to the side. Takes the crutch that he has and like leans it up against the wall.
Does that leg wound look like it's been fucked up for a while?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You can't really even see the wound. You can just tell the leg itself is kind of injured. So he's leaning up against the wall, kind of sitting there, and leans back. You can see coming down the kind of shoulders, like going across his chest. He has several like runic tattoos going across the kind of belly itself. You can see that there is several different runes there, but each rune kind of has like a symbol, like it's like a symbol for fire, and then underneath it there's like fire that's tattooed there, and then like frost, and then like icicles coming off that earth, and there's like rock chunks, and it's just like various elements and all sorts of other things that are draped upon there. You can see one that's like a combat one that has like swords and a shield, one of protection, and then one of family, and you can just see this like circle wrapped around it, and he's just basically covered on the front part of his body in these tattoos. Couldn't really see from the back from the way that the fire was there, but he's just kind of like sitting, like leaning back. Hear the sigh, kind of relief. Takes the haunch of meat, goes over to the side. From what you can see is this just large, decently crafted looking blade that he takes and just kind of shifts through, cutting almost like a steak chunk off. That he puts a stick through and then puts over the fire. Just kind of like sits there for a moment, leaning back.
I'll pick my head up. I'll start sniffing a little bit again.
You can smell the meat kind of sizzling. It's a bit off, but it's meat. Like it has a similar kind of scent to it, but just kind of sitting there. You can smell that sizzling. You can smell the damp environment around here, the smell of metal and kind of iron.
So how big is this space that we're in?
Oh, it's easily like, at the very least, about 50 or so feet, like for like the ceiling in some spots, but it has this little bit of a wavy texture to it at the top, and then like going around the edges, you're probably looking at like maybe 40 or so feet, and then like to the back, like actual depth of it is probably only like 30 or so. So it's not like super big.
Do I think this guy's a half giant?
He is a full-on stone giant.
Oh, just full on.
Yeah. He just appears to be maybe a little bit, I don't want to say malnourished, but like not living in the best of environments.
Do I see him, or is it just?
Whoever wanted to peer around, you guys made a decent enough stealth check to where like if you don't want to be seen, you're not going to be seen.
In giant, I'll say.
Oh, you speak giant.
In wolf form.
Yeah.
This
I'll
guy's
say-
gonna think he's like he's
He's
losing
lost
it.
Yeah.
Say that or some sort of spirit.
I'll just,
Shit.
you
Mephisto.
look injured.
Your voice kind of cracks through. You watch him just like
He's gonna jump.
watch his head just kind of come up for a moment, almost looking around and like looking toward the cave entrance, not seeing you, like initially, like
I'll,
even at
I'll
all.
stand up as a wolf.
Oh,
Yeah.
like
He's
I'm
up on 2.
Throw him up. He's just like, I'm not seeing that. But honestly, you do see that in his expression, like the way that he looks forward as if he's like making it up, right? Like
Yeah.
he hasn't heard anything. Like he just kind of like looks forward, and then you walk out as a wolf. He's just like looking more intently again, grabs the crutch and kind of like leans up on it, puts his hand up against the back cave wall.
Sorry, I didn't mean to startle you. I thought you saw me when I walked in.
The hell are you?
I don't mean to be deceiving, but I'm a druid, and then I'll just shapeshift back into Voktash.
Kind of like looking toward you. What are you?
Good question.
Loaded question.
He doesn't even know.
We're just here for 20 minutes.
A friend.
A friend.
I have friends no more.
Well, I saw the fire, and I have people with me. We've been navigating these caves, and this is the first other sign of life that didn't want to kill us that we saw.
As far as you know. Step into the light.
I'll gesture for them everybody to come in.
I stepped in the light. I have like a feeling like, oh, it's.
I don't mean to be rude, but with that foot, I'm not sure you could do much to us right now.
Why would you threaten him like
Threaten
that? Why
him.
would you
Reaches
say
back
that?
and grabs the hammer and just sets it in front of him as
He
he
has
leans
worm
on
meat.
it.
But
It's wormy.
as a sign of good faith, I could look at it and see if I could help.
My leg is beyond repair. He kind of keeps looking out at all of you. The more that you all start to kind of step into frame.
Hello, lad.
I say hello in giant.
You're all Vikings, aren't you?
I mean, I want to label us that way.
No, we are.
Proud.
He leans on the crutch and takes the hammer up in a pretty strong kind of motion. You can definitely tell that he's not in full peak physical form, but still strong, large, formidable individual as he's holding the hammer out. Go away, all of you. Do not want to see your kind. Leave now, while you have the chance. The hammer kind of slides out of his hand as he leans back onto it once more.
I don't know what the Vikings did to you before, but
We do.
we don't
We
mean
do?
any harm.
Wait,
Not
hold
him
on.
specifically.
What?
Not us directly. We
Where are
didn't
you
steal
from?
the soul of the
Before
mountain,
here.
The Fjolheim. All you Vikings are the same.
No.
but no.
They they also they took over my village and they killed my whole village. And actually we're down here because because my brother is like they nearly killed him too. They killed my father. They almost took my brother and he's unconscious and I don't know. I'm just like
Trauma dumping on this guy.
trauma
that wants to
dumping on
beat
this
our
guy
ass
and
right
I'm
now.
trying to find out where he's from and it's just it's a loaded story. Basically, I think we're on the same side because it seems like that you were I don't know what to say. I did not anticipate speaking to a stone giant today.
You all seek power and greed. It is all the same. It was your kind that stole the soul of the mountain, that doomed the future of stone giants. And for what? Power? Greed? Whatever it may be. You all have the same goals and ambitions.
I wouldn't say that. Our goal is actually to restore the stone of the mountain to the giants.
That's what you say.
You don't have to believe us, but
The spirits guided us and showed us ancient script on how that happened, and we've been on a journey ever since to find out more and more about this and where it can be held and how we can get it back to the giants.
We also
You can see him like leaning on the hammer, his arm kind of starting to shake a little bit.
tracked down the man who stole it and killed him.
That's true. The
You just-
exile.
he didn't have it. And the spirits have now led us to you.
At that point, him leaning on the hammer, kind of trying not to be on the crutch, he reaches for the crutch and grabs it and like basically almost falls on it for a second before the hammer itself falls on the ground. Then he kind of sits. It isn't here either. It isn't anywhere.
We have Voktash, he's a healer, and Steiner is a potion maker. Let them look at your wounds at least. I know you
Don't
said
need
it's
your help.
beyond repair, but
Don't need your help. Don't need Viking help. Don't need
okay.
anything.
What about another living being's help? It doesn't have to be a Viking. We're both on the same point of survival down here in these caves.
How did you even get down here?
We jumped.
Came in through the top of the mountain.
He looks at his legs, so did I. Wasn't my choice to jump.
It wasn't ours either. It was either that or get eaten alive by insects. Made it through. We've seen some strange beasts down here.
It is a strange place.
What if we said we probably could actually use your help?
I'm sure you could, Viking.
This is kind of a wild situation. We come in here and we like demand his help. What is that?
We didn't demand anything.
I mean, you came in here and you were like, I'm not trying to threaten you, but
He
and
really
then I
did
trauma
like
dumped
it.
on him.
No, I was. You trauma dumped on him.
I said I said I in that sentence.
He reaches forward and grabs a chunk of the meat off and cuts it before he starts eating it, just kind of leaning back.
I didn't threaten him. I was just trying to say, like, look.
You sounded threatening.
I
That was-
didn't
and then we
threaten
come
at
in and he hates Vikings and we're
This
Vikings,
point-
but we're not the same Vikings as the Vikings he hates.
What
What
do you
is
have
that?
left to lose? We heal you up.
Create water.
I
You
don't
don't
have it ready,
agree with us.
but I could
You
get
kill
it.
us.
I have some food.
Or we work together.
That's not work.
Honestly, if you want, we can just take a look at you, and if you decide, you know, you don't want us here anymore, we can just leave, part ways, but, we really are only here to help.
Make a persuasion check between the two of you.
Okay.
If you both want to roll, or if somebody wants to roll with advantage.
I've got pretty good persuasion, unless you want to roll as well. I can also just give myself advantage, and you can still roll too.
An ability that can I like add
Bonus
to
for
him
giants.
for like working together here maybe.
Depends on what it is.
He has guidance.
Okay.
Does guidance work on every's?
I'm looking.
It's my
Any ability
commanding
check.
presence maneuver. Lets me add the superiority die to persuasion.
And it's
rolls
a-
or anything else.
Sure.
It's instantaneous and
So add a
D4?
so do
yeah.
take the advantage and then add a D8 to it.
Okay.
It's okay.
And a D4.
A D8 and a D4. Alright.
You gotta
It's
use
a cantrip.
So use a superiority die.
It's worth.
And then I don't have a small D4, so I'll just use the big one. 2. 2 again. 19 plus 9, 28 plus 4, 32.
Have my worm.
Actually, here's my leg.
I understand there is bad blood between us, and we really cannot do anything here and now to make it right, but we would help you if you would have it.
What goes do I have like this? Kind of takes his leg and moves it forward a little bit. Just you though. None of you else come closer.
It's fine.
He's kind of like removing the bandage while looking
just-
forward at everybody.
I'll just like look intently at it.
He starts, you can see one layer after another of like removing the bandage itself. None of it seems fresh by any means. It's more just like covering it. And you also realize like as he fully uncovers it that it being covered is doing nothing. You can see his leg kind of like near his knee is twisted a little bit. His foot is kind of going to the inside of his leg. Like you can see when it drags behind, you can't really tell, but like once he lifts it and puts it up, just a gnarly kind of twist in the actual spot where the knee is itself. You can see a huge line going down, like from his knee, kind of over toward his shin, where it appears something possibly came out. You can see a bulge of like where the bone set and kind of healed over where it was. There is pretty heavy scar tissue there. The leg itself that's there is basically without any sort of circulation. Like it's just kind of there. There is some rigidity to where the bone kind of healed and met to where like he can bear some weight on it, but it's basically like he just doesn't have a leg from the knee down.
Just roll a d20.
How's it looking over there? Fixable?
Make a medicine check. You can do so with advantage.
One and then the other. Okay, that was not great. 19.
19.
I'm gonna actually
What an awful roll, dude. Only at 19.
I'm gonna do bend luck, and I'm gonna give him a D4 to that.
Okay.
And a D4.
At least we know it's 20 or more.
Just for a little bit more to that.
23.
Hey,
A 4, dude?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So, I will say that extra bit will be what gives you the information. As far as like looking at it, there's nothing you can do for it right now. And like you know that, like looking at it,
Yeah.
you know that it would probably be better to take it off at the knee and just leave it as is. But at the same time, you know that you're not in any sort of position to try to
Yeah.
offer those sort of surgical services or even be able to
I'll
do
take
it.
his knee off right now.
Let alone on a giant itself. But the only way that you believe you can actually heal and restore it would be to remove it and then through some sort of regeneration type magic be able to grow that leg back. But again, that is pretty powerful magic. You're aware of it. Your ability to do it is probably not quite there yet. I think that might be like a 7th level spell, maybe even 6th. But nonetheless, in this moment right now, you probably can't do much for him. There's no like resetting of any sort of bone. The leg itself has been disfigured and broken for what appears to be quite some time for it to be able to have healed the way it has. Not really sure how or what caused the injury itself, or like what he's even doing down here, or whatever it might be. But like, the more you look at it, you keep trying to find some sort of like please give me something I can do to like help, and there's just really like nothing.
He's getting pissed.
No.
He's like,
I told
stupid
you.
fucking Viking. Yeah, I told you.
Now die, hammer.
Mhm.
It
I don't even know what
restore
spell
any
that
missing body parts.
We had a cool,
I think there's a spell called
potion.
regeneration.
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
regenerate. It's
regeneration.
7th level, I believe. 6th
Oh,
or
there it
7th.
is. Yeah,
We'll
it's
come-
7th level.
We'll
That's
come back later.
And any severed body part
Buddy, we
regrow
gotta go
after 2
grind for a
minutes.
little bit, but we'll be back.
Can
What about 5th level reincarnate?
I'll kill him right
I'll
now.
reincarnate his leg?
No, we
kill
kill
him.
Then we bring him back, and we bring him back as a Viking.
I'm sure he'd love that.
Worse than death.
I don't have the materials to do reincarnate.
I know I'm at a distance, but is there any way maybe we could even just ease his pain a bit? Even if we can't fix what's happened to his leg?
Even if you had, like the amount that you would actually need
Yeah.
would only be temporary, and like whatever temporary amount you would, like, I'm not trying to be crude, but like you would probably see it as like kind of a waste of resources, because by the time you would even give him enough to temporarily ease his pain, it's gonna come back again. Like the amount of doses would probably be equivalent to like 10 or 20 that you would be able to use for, you know, average human being size or humanoid size.
Well, you weren't wrong.
As I said, beyond repair.
There is a way to repair it, but I'm unfortunately not capable yet. Maybe one day. I'm sorry, I couldn't do more.
Is that right?
How long have you been here?
Not sure. I set out in search of the soul of the mountain. I was told that it would be here, at least whispers of such. I remember falling a great distance, badly injuring my leg, mangled, and I thought surely I would die, but sheer will of trying to find the soul of the mountain is what kept me going. It's not here.
Did you come in from the peak of the mountain as well?
Yes.
It's incredible that you survived that fall.
Well, it wasn't a fall from there. It was a fall when I got deeper into these caves.
Have you been deeper than where we are now?
As far as I could get, yes.
Well, our journey takes us further in. We're not sure where, but I don't want to speak for my friends here. You're welcome to come with us. I don't know how travel is for you, but we may be able to get out of here when all this is over. If you would like to return to your home afterwards.
We could just make that guy fly with you.
I know you seek the soul of the mountain, and if there's any way we can help you find it while we're down here, we will. honestly, you know, I know we're just saying this and you don't have to believe it, but it has been something on all of our minds as we've made our way through our journeys, is returning the soul of the mountain to the giants where it belongs.
Did I know that the soul of the giants was taken? That the mountain was taken?
It's kind of more like a,
It was just like a known thing?
not even really known. There's
like a
lot
fairy
of
tale.
It's a very contentious relationship with the stone giants and Vikings. One that you're not like super familiar with because you had a little bit of a kind of like trade relationship with them in a way where it was more or less just like feeling like they just wanted to be isolated to themselves. But since you have been like with the Bone Cloaks and like within Skalavik, you learned that there was a particular Viking a long time ago that stole the soul of the mountain, and there are certain they're basically like these
Why
ritualistic
didn't you ask him where you
items
put it before you
that
killed
are
him?
used in order to basically allow them to procreate and make more stone
I
giants. So
didn't
like
touch
they're
them.
becoming extinct because they
Oh,
don't
you.
have the soul of the mountain anymore. Like they
Do I
need
turn
it
into a bear?
in their person in order to keep like kind of being able to have more children and like procreate. Like they can't do it anymore, so they are becoming extinct because of it. The
All you had to do was ask him, too.
specifics of it are really unknown, but there is a lot of discourse between stone giants and Vikings because of this.
The spirits were leading us there to talk to him and get the information. We just murdered him.
Okay.
Dude.
Cool. Needed to have this.
Are you aware of any rune gates down here?
Rune gates. Something I've not heard of in a long time. What do you know of rune gates?
We've all been to Yggdrasil.
Yeah, me too.
How do you think he thinks that was funny?
You like a cool, flashy thing?
Ask our Goliath friend there.
I'm supposed to just be giving that information out.
You gotta talk now. You gotta tell him.
I guess they call me Protector of the World, or Protector of the World Tree.
Oh my gods.
You. Your puny self.
You walk into a roast session.
I'm a little stronger than I look.
As am I.
I believe it.
Sorry. Why would such selfish creatures, such as yourselves, Vikings, be a protector of the world tree? Generationally, I have never seen Vikings to be helpful, only to take what they want, to get more power, more greed, to find Valhalla in this way.
That's just idiots. They do.
We are not perfect as Vikings. We do take what we want, but I think everyone here has a strong sense of what is right and what is wrong, and I think we all understand that an entire people in pain is wrong, and we want to see that wrong righted.
I will not be able to travel with you wherever it is you will go. The lake is far too badly injured for anything. But I may be able to help you with whatever it is you seek. As for rune gates, I've seen something similar.
It's close. We can open it. Even get you out of here. But you know where it's at.
What I have seen does not seem to be an actual rune gate by any means.
Have you seen a tree down here?
Yes.
Oh. I think we're on the right path, everybody. Okay. Where? I'm sorry. Yeah. If you could guide us there, that would exactly what we're looking for.
There are 2 ways to get there. Well, a tunnel leads down to the root. The other, a large path riddled with creatures. I fought my way through once and nearly found Valhalla. Smaller creatures such as yourself may be able to sneak through. I, however, am in no condition to travel through that. The tunnel itself is too small for me to fit also.
I was gonna ask why not the tunnel.
Can you see the other end of the tunnel by chance?
Yes.
Well.
Is there?
The other end of the tunnel there is a root coming from the cave wall.
Now I'm in,
At times when I have seen it, it is torn.
so it wasn't, it goes from torn to not being torn, or it wasn't torn and then it opened up?
I'm not sure exactly.
Okay.
I've seen it in different configurations.
Sounds odd.
Never gotten close enough to be able to fully expect it.
If I was down here, I wouldn't really expect a tree either. Without the prior knowledge that I do have.
Do
So-
you truly have access to rune gates?
Yes.
Make a persuasion check.
Guidance.
I'm also gonna bend luck to give him a d4 on this as well.
You're gonna need at least, so for this like actual
we're
story
close.
arc to take effect and like be a thing,
Yeah.
at least a 15.
Oh, I think we were gonna say 50.
Can,
Hold on. How long have we been down here?
Into what?
Of course not.
Since we rested after we came out from the water,
Mhm.
that was a long rest, right?
Correct.
Okay,
How
what
long
do I
has it
got?
been since then?
It's been
15 hours?
15 hours or so, yeah.
Okay.
Oh wow.
So if you have anything that resets at like dawn, not from a long rest though.
Yeah, that's
get
what
that back.
That's what I'm
Yeah, you would have needed 2 long rests to get stuff back from a long rest.
Can I give him...
If I can, I'll use another superiority die, persuasion. But
Yeah.
they already let me use it once, so.
Okay,
So
so
you
never
would-
really
you still have
was.
access to them,
I have
correct?
3 more.
Huh?
Yeah, so you can use them.
What am I rolling? I know, but like, what dice am I rolling?
Can I just
I've
give
heard,
him
like-
the help
Yeah, D8
action
from
since
me.
I'm
Okay, D8.
proficient with
D20.
persuasion? Or
I will say that
D4
you
for
have
the guidance.
been
I've been trying to get him on our
talking quite a lot,
side.
Yeah, so I will allow that advantage to come from Steiner's kind of setup of
Okay.
all of
Shit.
this.
Another D20. Is that's it?
Wait.
Girl, you got this.
D20 with advantage.
No, you add
What is-
D20
What is guidance?
plus D4.
3 d20s.
If you get a 14, I swear to
I'll
God.
use enhance ability, which will give you advantage, so it's
Plus
another
2?
+2 on
Sorry.
charisma check.
I'm rolling.
I just didn't want to use
You
the
got the
extra spell
D8
slot.
from Kane.
D8.
Need a 15.
Oh, we're
Oh.
chilling. We're chilling.
No,
I
roll all the
literally
extra
can't-
ones.
I
Roll all
literally
the-
can't.
They gave you the extra ones. You gotta roll them.
Alright, we're good. It's 24.
+2.
It's -2 also,
Oh.
because it's mine.
You're right. Fair. I evened you out.
You balanced them.
Stone giant talking to an actual stone wall. Incredible.
There's a long pause, and you can see the hesitation in his demeanor. You
Fair.
can see the pause, him fighting with his inner dialogue of not doing what he does in this moment. I have no other options at this point. I've set out to make it my life's ambition to find the soul of the mountain and return it to my people. All I've clung to is that hope. I scoured every inch of this cave system down here that I could. But sometimes it takes knowing when the end is near. I do need help. I will not deny that. translated from Vikings nonetheless.
That's valid. I'm honestly sorry. We stole their whole thing.
He
Yeah.
kind of reaches back toward the metallic armor that he has, leans it forward to where you can see as he leans it forward, there's like this stitched pouch in the front of it, kind of like right in the front of it. He reaches in and grabs from it. What you can see is a kind of stone, kind of flat stone that's pretty sizable. Like we're talking like 4 feet in its actual size. Like it's big. He kind of reaches in, takes the stone forth. You can see the symbol buried on the front part of it. There is in the background of that, what you can see is Yggdrasil, the runic version of it, and then buried in the front of that there is a rune for home that's kind of on there. He puts his hand over the top part of it to where you can see there's like a little bit of a glow. He reaches over to just like a rock on the ground that he takes the pick that he has that's kind of like leaning against the side and starts to carve that same home symbol into it. Kind of places them together. Reaches over to what you can see is a pile of these kind of gray crystals that have a very, very dull glow to them. Takes it and takes the pick and like crushes all of them. Where he picks up a pile of that, throws it in between them and starts to like rub the stones together. You can see little sparks of fire and blue start to kind of grow from it, glow in each direction. He separates them and you can see this like woven connection between the stones as he pulls them apart. Keeps the one that has the symbol of Yggdrasil in the background and kind of holds on to it and places it back into the pouch. Toward you, like looking at you as he's leaning with the stone.
I'll walk the 30 feet that I've been standing away from him.
Takes it and hands it out toward you.
Oh.
The stone itself it's not the same 4-foot size. It's probably still like a good 3-foot large stone that you have to like grab and hold. You realize how strenuous it'll probably be to carry this with you, and you start contemplating like, fuck, do I even want to really do this? But as he takes that and moves it and pulls it and hands it towards you, commonly used in the older ages by stone giants, these waystones connect to one another. The only way you can activate it truly is with a rune gate. Connecting it to such rune gate will allow passage from this stone to the gate. When that stone glows, this one will as well, knowing the established connection is there. I'll be able to use it, transport myself to the exit of that rune gate. It will not bring me to Yggdrasil, but at least somewhere on Midgard, hopefully.
Okay. So maybe I'll lead him back to where we know a rune gate is. Or maybe I'll just take him to a random rune gate.
Well, it sounds like you have to be at a rune gate to use that. And then once you use that, he can basically
Go
teleport to
to
that
it.
gate. So we know where one is.
Maybe we.
If we do find a rune gate down here, can we use that rune gate to get to the one that we...
Yeah, from what you were explaining of how it worked before,
I thought so, I was just making sure.
you were given the seed to activate inert rune gates, essentially. That would bring you to Yggdrasil, and then you can leave out another one.
Okay.
And then once you activate that one, we can go back through it, right?
Correct.
You probably could have just shown him that.
What is this seed?
Damn.
After we do what we're doing here, I'll link it to the one we know of on the surface.
As much as it pains me, I am trusting you, Viking.
I won't let you down.
As much as it pains me, I believe you. Trust me, I understand that there are some not so good giants out there. But I have encountered nothing but pain and misery from your kind.
Understandable.
I will lead you to the entrance of the tunnel. There may be things along the way that may try to eat you.
Hooray!
It'll be good dinner for me at some point.
Alright.
So, do you think the soul of the mountain is still down here?
No. Just another tale. But once I return to the surface and I have my strength, I will continue my search once more.
What? And tell the tale of how the Vikings and the stone giants have worked together.
Could be the start. Just another scarred
It's
flip in
also
our
like
history.
malnourished on top of that. I think that's what
What is your name? Stone giant.
Krog.
I'll
Thank you,
remember
Krog.
that for sure.
I vow this to you. I'll fix your leg one day. It may take some time, but we'll get you back to the surface, and when the time comes, we'll find you, and then we'll fix that leg of yours. Help you get back that strength.
He brought me back from the dead.
He fixed my leg.
That's crazy.
Oh, you can fix her leg, but you can't fix
I'm
mine.
just saying it can happen.
Typical Viking.
Right. Fake
Classic.
your own.
He reaches back for the crutch there.
Yours
Kinda
wasn't full
grabs it.
healed though.
Takes the armor as well, kind of puts it up over the top. Takes his hammer, just kind of reaches it toward the back. You can see like on the back there's like this huge case essentially where the mallet part of it just kind of sits into. Just kind of guides it along his back into that portion, leans onto the crutch. Follow me.
We don't get a nap for this.
What?
15 hours of walking already.
No. He said the other end of the tunnel's visible, so.
Yeah, we just have to get to the tunnel.
Tiger. Oh, trying to take a little nappy nap.
Trying to take a little
Hi, nap.
Should I carry a giant rock,
I'll
dude?
give you the permanent nap.
Carry that big rock.
You take some time basically affixing it to your person. You don't have a bag big enough to do it or carry it, so with some rope you basically would probably have to make like some sort of a backpack or drag it behind you, whatever it might be, but carrying it on you is probably going to be the best bet.
Frisbee. Put up it. Think all makes it easier to balance.
What are you saying?
You get carried on it.
Just carry like a couch. Me and you.
You're not twisting.
You go down, I go up.
Have you heard of any other rumors of where the soul of the mountain could be?
Hundreds of stories of where it could be. This one seemed to be the most plausible.
Would you be willing to tell us the story?
Of this one?
Mm-hmm. How did it get down here?
It was rumored that Fear fled, trying to find some sort of dark cave to hide it in. He wanted it for no one but himself. Tried to hide it in the deepest part of this mountain that he could. The most known entrance to the Underdark in all of Midgard.
Maybe we really do have to go back to that cave. We found Fear in a dark cave. Not deep in the mountain necessarily, but.
And it was you that killed him.
Sure was.
Yeah.
I wasn't there.
You left me with a nasty curse.
How nasty.
Kind of like a blessing.
Like transforms me.
Yeah, it's
Like
It
that.
has turned into a blessing. There's
How long ago was this?
I guess at one point it was
Year and a
not
half.
blessing.
A year and a half ago.
did just like kill a guy.
journey started.
Right when your journey started?
Pretty much.
Right when you spawned in?
More or less.
Well, actually, it's probably about 2 years ago. 2.5, I don't know.
I love that guy. 2 years ago.
Unfortunately, we were not aware of the story at that point, so we did not think to try to get that information out of him.
He was
But-
also just a bear when we met him.
If you're
Went
ever
around and you just killed a bear?
The spirits guided us to the bear.
And
if
they kill him?
you're
No, the bear was
going to
ravaging a
continue
bunch
seeking
of
this after we
traders and
leave,
stuff.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
that is
Okay, that's
we
fair.
could show you where it happened, and maybe you could see something there that we missed.
The story was on the walls, which is how we learned of it.
Yes.
But
Probably carved by fear before he transformed.
yeah,
There could be something there.
giant bear.
Yeah, he was a giant bear when we fought him.
The whole time?
Yeah, until he died, and then he turned back into a human. And then
Was he like him where he could just turn, or was he cursed to turn into a bear?
It's
or-
kind of like him, but he was a lot more primal or feral.
mangy.
Mangy.
Yeah,
Unstable.
Alright.
very.
Or more animalistic.
I
Yeah,
think he went through the same war I did in my
He
head.
was just stuck.
And I think he lost.
yeah.
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 Well, he deserved it, it sounds like, so.
Hmm. He was exiled for a reason.
I would exile a bear too.
He also.
That's how good the bear part was.
We tried doing that, it didn't work.
He also had a grave, which makes me think maybe he had something there too. Because there were graves
You're
for all of
right.
the original Vikings.
Yeah, his grave would just had
Thanks.
the
Yeah.
X on
I don't know. It might be worth
Where's
checking.
that?
It's on the way to this
it. It was,
sort of ritual site.
it was through an old village that was known for the first Vikings.
It would make sense why you didn't grave dig then. You didn't know. But now,
I don't know. There may be nothing to do with the grave site. The mountain where we fought him might be much more helpful, but
you can check both.
yeah.
I don't think. Yeah. I mean, maybe disturbing his would be okay, but I don't feel safe, comfortable disturbing the others.
Oh, I wouldn't disturb the others.
Because we know he's not there.
Not
Yeah.
And if
really.
we find something there, then we know the story's deeper than what we know.
That's true.
But first, we have to get out of here.
Well, first we have to find that tree.
How far of a walk is it?
Not much further. This way.
Wow.
I'll bring you to the tunnel. We'll all be able to fit. Much safer that way.
Thank you.
If you want. I know it's asking a lot of trust, but I could temporarily shrink you down to a size small enough to fit into that tunnel.
I feel much more comfortable where I am right now.
Understandable.
And truthfully, wherever it is you are going, I don't think I'd be much help. With this leg, I'm more of a burden.
Well, rest up. You have a lot of searching to do after you get out of here.
Alright. Not much further of walking, as you said. You can definitely tell the way that he moves. He's in pain. Just kind of barrels through it forward. Not many creatures seem to be trying to basically come and attack you. You do see some though, like around, just kind of sitting about. Everything down here seems to be more of an opportunistic type of predator as opposed to trying to just like fight in an all-out combat. Traveling alongside Rogue, you realize that he's probably been pretty safe down here just due to his sheer size and strength, warding things off. You can tell by the way that the traps that he kind of forged and made together were that he's pretty crafty. He had basically like a makeshift forge in the back part of the stone there as well, so like he doesn't seem to have been relying upon his strength or anything to survive. It's been more or less setting traps for the giant worms that are in there, and you realize that a lot of the draperies over the front part of the cave were possibly dried out worm hide, essentially, that was trying to block that light. Not the help you were expecting, but the help you needed, for sure. You eventually find this tunnel. He gestures over toward it, kind of like holding the crutch, leaning on it, points with his hand, his large stone giant hand, in the direction of where the tunnel is. You can see a couple of breaks and stuff in the rock face that's there. This edge of where what appears to be like this space ends, you can see opens up in this tunnel that goes upward a little bit, to where you kind of have to like almost climb and crawl up it. It's not quite tall enough to like stand in. It's probably only like 4 foot wide, kind of around. But you can see like when you, from where you are, you're standing, like looking up. He kind of has to duck down and like look up into it. But you can see as it goes up, there is a large branch that is just sitting at the end of this tunnel here. Probably 80 or so feet that this tunnel goes. It's not like this very sharp grade going upward. It's just this kind of gradual slope leaning toward it is. And you can see it out in front of you. Like you can see the branch itself. You can't quite see anything else other than the branch, but Lyra, like when you look down into it, it's just kind of like this narrowed picture of what you remember seeing, minus the tear and minus the hand kind of coming out of it. There is just this branch coming off with this dark kind of stone face behind it, with these slight like glistening specks within it.
So no tentacles.
No tentacles.
Alright, this is it. I tell everybody.
Squiggly descent from the ceiling.
I turn immediately around. This is it. No.
You have come to my trial.
Sounds playing the clarinet, huh, Squinty?
Guess so.
I'll play the cash register.
So how does this work? This is a rune gate. We just walk in? Kind of just...
From where you are right now, you were at the far end of the tunnel.
Okay.
You have to kind of travel like 80 feet through it,
Okay.
probably crawling, just because it's not
It's like
tall
4
enough to
foot,
like
yeah.
stand. But once you get to the other side and can get closer, you'll probably be able to inspect it a little bit more and figure something out.
Everybody ready to crawl through this tunnel?
Yep.
Thank you for your
Do
help.
it.
Thank you.
My necklace full of like runes and stuff. I'll probably one that's like kind of like etched into the symbol of like the bone cloaks and stuff. I'm trying to rip it off. It's a symbol of our tribe. Thank you. And I'll also hand him a smaller rune crystal about like the size of my palm. And see you at a forge. Take my rune, one of my rune crystals.
Another thing Vikings have taken from us. Forging. And I thank you for your gift. And I hope to actually thank you when you follow through on your end. For now, I just hold you to your promise.
Thank you.
And if we don't, I look forward to seeing you again in Valhalla.
Spirits be with you.
So with you.
He kind of leans on the crutch as he gets back up to his foot. Waits as you guys one by one begin to crawl into the actual tunnel there.
If we can hunt down a troll, I can make another regeneration potion.
We know where a troll is.
Do you think there's some down here?
He was.
It looks like a troll.
The troll was kind of chill.
Damn.
Why
Well,
would
we
you wanna
gotta
kill
go
that
back to
troll?
the cave anyways.
Well, we can go to the swamps. We found some there, so.
Well, I just realized that we might lose our boat.
Why would you say that?
Because if we don't,
It doesn't matter.
We get to.
Oh.
We're going to the rune gate anyway.
yeah, so
But we can always
I
sail
kinda
back
see.
and go get it. Unless
That's
somebody takes it, but.
Shit.
that was our good boat.
It was up on shore, it's tied to a tree, it'll be fine.
No,
Unless
we
it's.
didn't take the big boat, did we?
Somebody
No.
comes along.
No, we just took a
Somebody
short
comes along, they might think it's a good boat.
had holes in it and shit, dude. It was pretty much
He
sinking
was just
when we
plugging the
got
holes with his fingers.
Chewing bubble gum.
The parts of the Caribbean when he's like going in on the
Yeah, that's how we pulled up. I barely made it.
Each of you will the one kind of step out into the space.
Buff out the scratches.
It's kind of an isolated little pocket. You can see over to the other side of where the other entrance would lead you in. It's still only like a 5 foot or so tall hole, essentially leading into this space as well. You can kind of see out of it, but immediately out in front of you, looking at the branch that's coming off, it's definitely a branch of Yggdrasil, which is also a little strange because you know of the actual tree that you went to, and knowing that it itself is kind of another plane of existence, seeing part of it on the material plane of Midgard is a little mind-boggling in a way, of where like trying to wrap your head around it just makes you go crazy a bit. But the tree itself extending into all realms of existence, manifesting in some sort of way or another, its reach to this point now where you are in the deepest part of Midgard that you have ever been in, deeper in it than you have been above it, like in the sky. You can see this branch coming off, and it's pretty sizable. It's probably about 6 or so feet around coming off, and the part that comes out of the wall itself is probably 9 or so feet tall. So it's a pretty decent chunk of it that's coming off here. The deep kind of grooves in it, this kind of auburn colored wood, you can see the root before you. And it is definitely like the same image from your mind.
It's gotta be. Alright.
There might have been a couple.
So, how do we do this? Just go in through that little. Yeah, right.
You do see, looking at it, probably about that big,
Oh,
a small kind of like tear in.
Is it like a tear that expands when you kind of like,
Do you want to try to like reach for it?
Oh, hell no.
I mean, kinda.
I will say, wait.
Can I do it or do I need to roll?
You can try.
I'm gonna try.
Okay.
I wasn't even.
Trying to like reach your hand up. There's not really quite enough space for you to like even really fully get your hand into it.
Because with the World Tree door, the second we touch it, it like brings you into it.
Okay, I wasn't there for that session, so I
Yeah.
wasn't sure how it works.
The space itself is like not quite large enough. Like you can see this like almost like the tear is on the tree, and then like as you're reaching, it seems like it's like a little smaller. Like the power is like coming in and out and like fading. It doesn't look like when you reach and put your hand like kind of in and through it, it doesn't seem to do anything.
Oh.
So I look around.
It doesn't seem strong enough.
I ask
Try
you
to
guys.
pull it open.
Because you said that's how like giants and stuff were able to use it. Because all they had to
Correct.
do was
It will warp
put, like
too.
touch it and it'll like.
Correct.
So it didn't work for us. Maybe you try and touch it.
I'm gonna cast my new spell, Ghost Light,
Okay.
and I'm gonna designate everybody here.
I'm just a girl.
Right.
So the room lights up,
Basically.
so maybe we can get a better look at what's going on in here. So the room lights up, but it's only visible to us. So anybody else who would look in here would just see darkness.
Does it look like it's the same kind of setup as the room gates?
No.
Is there?
Well, it didn't expand.
Does it look like there's somewhere to insert a seed?
Can you?
Does it look like something's supposed to fit into it, or was it just like?
Just looks like a tear.
Is
I was
there a
gonna say something
way?
crazy.
Can I?
Is there a way you could reach out to your brother?
I don't know. Can I do that?
We can deposit some seed, brother.
There's deposit seeds.
You were not fucking that tree.
You can deposit some
I'm turning
seeds,
the,
brother.
I'm turning the lights back off.
Maybe you shouldn't turn the lights off. Like you're fucking
Voltaire,
weird
put your
in
pants
here.
up for the love of
I
God.
don't want to see whatever's going
Roll
on.
a D20. Just don't add anything to it. Just a straight roll.
Oh no, these are the scariest.
20.
Cast guidance.
No, it's a 14.
14. Okay. Your ability to kind of connect to Dias has always been very physical to manifest into this kind of telepathic sense that you normally would. Right now, not having him here, trying to like focus and think about him, like it's your ability's not there to be able to do that in any sense of the way. So you try, but you just feel unable to, especially being so far beneath the surface and so far away from everything. You don't feel like you're able to like connect. However, I will say that you feel like you're on the right path.
Well, how are we
right?
gonna get in that path?
Like you feel like you're going the right
Do I
way.
roll again?
Don't panic.
Can I? Wait, did you say you were trying to connect with your brother?
Yeah. Where have you
No,
been?
I mean like in like character.
What?
Can I?
I did ask about it.
Okay.
Can I put my
Could
hand
you-
on the tree and just
You
like
could try going to sleep.
kind of
I was
meditate?
I
kinda-
can try going to sleep.
I
That's a
was
good thing.
I was
Think
kind of
the
thinking the
spirits
same
and see
thing.
if
It's a good thing. Okay.
Okay,
What'd
so yes.
like try to
Or
commune with
meditate
the
even.
spirits?
Yeah.
If
So
you can
for
find
that, I'm gonna have you do a
meditation,
religion
yeah.
check.
If I can find meditation.
I forgot these
It's a
existed.
little unsettling down here. It might be hard to ease your mind.
Why would you assume?
Do I get advantage?
It's pretty calm here. It's just been crawling.
Yeah, it is the root of the tree.
You'll never know if you don't ask.
Keeping unsettled some
Guidance.
people.
Alright.
Guidance.
Why do you keep saying that?
Because it's a cantrip.
And it adds a d4 to his roll.
I know it's a cantrip. Did you
18.
actually add it?
18. Okay.
No, 19.
Ooh.
The guidance actually didn't work for you because it wasn't an ability check. It was
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah. I know. It's just straight
All right.
rolls.
luck check.
You trying to come up with some sort of way. You just close your eyes for a moment. You try and meditate and you think, but you can't focus. Your mind is just like running.
Somebody knock me out right now.
You end up standing up, looking around. You guys are looking around inside here. A couple of you are probably like looking at the cave walls,
Your
like
punch
looking
knocked
at
out
the
his
branch
workout.
itself. Rodier is mostly quiet for a moment before he begins to walk up over toward the branch coming out, or the root coming out of the tree. You can see where it ends, like where it touches the ground and like thins out more. He takes his hand kind of up toward it, like puts his hand on it, and it's like closing his eyes. You can see this blue kind of energy start to like slowly, like very slowly. Like I'm talking like you don't realize it until it's kind of there around his hand, of this blue runic kind of.
In my other hand, I'd probably be holding the pouch with the seed in it.
Oh my god.
As you're holding your hand against it and the blue energy starts to kind of emanate outward, you can see this just like kind of sprinkling of the rune spiritual kind of energy that's there, just going out and around the branch itself before it slowly pulls its way back in. And you can see that tear that's in the tree. The blue kind of wraps around that portion of it. Your hand itself, like on top of it, you take up toward like the actual tear in the tree and put your knuckles on into the other side on the tree and then just start to pull apart. You can see veins jutting out from the sides of Brodier's neck, his muscles tensed as he's like ripping apart the tree itself. You can see the tear just kind of like cracks once more, and then it cracks again to where there's just like this tear from the peak in the wall down the actual thickest part of the branch to where you can see this kind of flickering in a way moment in time where there is a opening to step into. Something that seems temporary as well and does not seem like it will stay.
Like how long will it not stay, do you think?
Like we
Can I
got
just
your-
jump right in?
Like-
You're watching as like the top part of it, like there's like this blue kind of flicker and purple energy as well, and then you watch the tear kind of go down a little bit to where it
Okay,
goes
okay.
from being this huge kind of maybe 6 foot tear down to like 5.5 feet.
Okay, yeah, it's moving quick. Alright, yeah, I'll jump right in, whatever. Go
And
ahead.
you watch Lyra
Whoa!
step right into the tear in the
I guess
tree.
I guess we're gonna follow up.
Yeah, go.
Am I holding it or
No.
like I
You,
just let
you
go?
kind of like were tearing and then got to a certain point where you pulled and there was just like this like cracking noise as it opened up.
I'm going in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll follow right after.
You
as
watch
well.
Lyra jump in, Voltash runs in, Steiner goes in.
I'm gonna get
Hey,
Margaret
easy.
goes in.
Hey, back off. Set it back up.
Let's go kill that guy.
Yeah, you close it.
You trying to be level 10?
Got him.
I'm gonna use the soul of the mountain on this guy, dude. All the power.
You're level 9 now?
Thank God they didn't know I had it.
That'd
That's
be
why we
crazy.
have proficiency bonus.
Well,
I'm
this
gonna
hasn't been
assume
updated just on my phone.
we're
I
all
like that
going
it's
to
on
the
my
port.
phone. I like it in front of
Updated.
me,
What's
so
that? I
You
understand.
gotta get the
I'm
printer
gonna assume
working.
we're all
I know.
going in. What?
Yeah.
Sigrid? He said he's staying.
He said he's staying.
Gary.
Wait, you're staying?
No, Sigrid.
Oh, no, yeah.
He closes it.
Good luck, guys.
Wait, what was the name?
The Underdark.
Yeah, how are we supposed to feel?
D&D
Underdark.
ambiance. The Underdark.
Step through,
Feeling Underdark.
one
right
after the other.
We're not gasping deep.
So you could feel like the space in the Underdark you were in, where there was like this kind of like chill, but there was also this humidity with the moisture and everything. You step through, and all of that feeling kind of is
It's like smelling
gone. You don't have this sense of temperature. You don't have a sense of like something clinging to you by any means. Everything just feels empty in a way. You step through, and immediately when you step through, you can just see huge chunks of rock that are just like floating around in basically nothingness. You can see rocks out in front of you, kind of jagged and broken, stone kind of steps and pieces. You can see runic kind of like broken pillars that are just floating around in space. You can see chunks of rock that are going downward, that are just rolling around. You can see broken pieces of branches that are just floating around. You can see torn pieces of like cloth that are floating through just the space that you find yourself in. You can see just a distant tear in the middle of what you're looking at, to where like basically that. If you have a ceiling that you can see that has stuff floating around it, there's the ground underneath that's sitting there, and as you're looking at it too, everything seems like it's kind of shifting, like in a circle. And like as you're standing, you're still on a piece of stone, but everything else is like revolving around in some sort of a circle, like moving. It's not happening so suddenly. You can just see it like sitting here, and then the more you sit here and wait, you realize that everything is kind of tilted. But the rock that you're still standing on is still in the same configuration that it was.
Do we feel like, I guess I'm gonna like do like a little hop? Do I feel rooted in place?
There's gravity.
We're not on the moon.
How would you know?
Can
This wasn't me
I
saying it, it's my
missed it.
character.
No, I don't
When you
believe
ripped it open, did it look like a portal, or could you like see into the where we're at now?
Just like a dark black void of space.
Everybody thinks the world's flat. And the
That-
moon is a piece
Well,
of
we
shit.
look behind where we just appeared from.
Yeah,
The moon
so
is a
where
piece
you
of cheese.
look back, there is
Oh,
just
unrelated to the Earth,
like
no,
that
that's round.
behind you.
Alright, so we just appeared in a place.
You know where this is?
Is this like the basement
No.
of Yggdrasil or something?
This is your job.
I swear he said something about something like this.
Do I have any idea?
Did you write it down? No. Oh.
He doesn't take notes.
I take it I don't, because I'm kind of an
Mental
idiot.
notes?
Okay.
You take any mental notes?
I just like remember bits and pieces, and then I just ask Billy because he's the one who told me.
Classic.
He said like something, you
I
know.
have a feeling none of us know.
Can we see like a child anywhere?
So you said they're like on a stone platform, and there's like nothing surrounding it. I'm gonna like reach my foot over the edge and see if anything appears underneath it.
Nothing appears underneath it.
Does it seem like he will fall if he puts his weight on that foot?
Okay. Does anything look intimidating other than the fact everything's moving?
You just had to trust.
Make a perception check.
I could just jump off the edge if you guys want.
It's okay. I don't see anything. It's a 3.
Okay. What's your perception? You are very quickly overwhelmed by everything around you. You go from traveling into this deep Underdark space to trying to, like, in your mind it was like, okay, here's this tear, I'm gonna walk through it and Dias will be there, like, waiting for me, and it is not that. It has just opened up into even more shit than you were expecting, and you're like looking around trying to make sense of things.
Am I crazy to say that the Red Tusker said something about you could get like stuck in like a kind of a limbo or something?
This doesn't feel like that.
Doesn't
Hey.
feel like that. Okay.
Hey, get us to the tree, dude. Get us connected.
Can you try, like, reaching out again?
what I
Maybe
was
we're
thinking.
closer.
Yeah, can I
Roll a d20 again. Don't add anything.
None
to
of these
it.
are working today.
Just pick one.
I picked one.
Just
so
throw it at
bad.
Jared.
Throw it at Jared. That'll get you a 20.
I'll catch it.
That's a 1. That's a natural 1.
That's tough.
Can somebody just knock me
Just get
out?
it
Maybe
done.
I'll figure something out in my dreams.
Make a try.
He just did damage to you.
It's okay, you can damage me.
You close your eyes and begin to focus, trying to find Dias. You don't find Dias.
Do I find something else though?
Yes.
Oh.
The second you close your eyes and start to try to think of him, again, you see this just connected web of tendrils, essentially. But you can see this almost like a deep purple streak of like lines, almost like ley lines, like leading into something, like going into one direction that your mind is pulled into. And as it is, another lash of a tentacle kind of comes towards you, and you feel this sharp pain buried in the back of your mind. You take 16 points of psychic damage.
Oh, damn. I just scream. I don't know what to do.
I will say that trying to connect to him before and being unable to, and then now trying to, even though it wasn't Dias, your mind's still taking you to him. Like you felt him, but it wasn't just him. There's something there.
Yeah.
Standing in the way.
Yeah.
Hey,
Alright.
don't bring up that picture, dude.
So
Is that guy
in that, I would say you feel closer, right? Like you know that you're still on the right path, as devoid of any sort of hope it may feel right now, and like looking at things.
What are we gonna do if that guy's got it?
How do we... Is there a close piece of land we can jump to?
The closest thing is like 800 feet away.
Oh my god. Maybe if we just keep pacing around,
Honestly.
I can think of something.
I'm sitting
I'm
down.
just, yeah, I'm just
Might
gonna
be-
sit
I'm
down.
gonna
I was
I'm
just
gonna
about
pace
to
for a
say-
little bit, and then I'm gonna try to meditate. But like, if that doesn't work, then I'm probably just gonna have
We
somebody punch
just
me in the
want-
face, so I can fall asleep and
What
figure
am
this
I
out.
looking at?
We could try flying around and figure something out that way.
As you guys are kind of sitting, trying to come up with some sort of a plan, I'll say prior to the use of any spells too, just trying to think, conserving your resources,
Yeah.
looking around, you're in this completely foreign place. Lyra, you sit and kind of start to focus for a moment. Like you just relax. You're stressed though, you can still feel that. You can feel that anxious just kind of curling in your chest and your stomach. You close your eyes and you kind of start to like reach out and think. You're thinking, trying to project telepathically to Dias, trying to think of the next thing to do. Before eventually, as you're sitting there with your eyes closed, all of you guys around start to watch, like looking at the space around you. Like I said, in the distance, you can see like stuff is slowly shifting and moving around, right? But you start to watch like around you as a lot of those like chunks of rock slowly kind of start to float towards you, like slowly start to get closer in your direction.
Making us a path.
It's not super obvious until you start to like kind of look like that was definitely a little further away a second ago, and then you're watching them get closer and like kind of move towards you. Then you watch Lyra open her eyes, and then you watch those rocks just slowly start to like drift into this random direction once more.
Hey, Lyra, do that again. Hang on. Go back to meditating.
Okay. I go back to meditating.
Close your eyes once
Imagine the rocks getting close.
Okay.
more. You watch the
Are they getting
rocks
closer?
start moving.
I don't know, I'll let you
Just
guys.
keep thinking about it.
I'm thinking about the rocks.
As they're spinning around, they start to get closer to where a couple of them are maybe only 50 or so feet away, floating above you.
Maybe we should have more people try. Maybe they'll be faster.
Have we ever even seen her brother? Or has he just always been in the tent the whole
It's
time?
been in the tent the whole time.
So we don't even know what this guy looks like.
Does it matter?
Think about the rocks.
She knows.
I'm gonna start thinking about the rocks.
Think about the rocks. I'll think about my brother.
Go Cash closes his eyes.
I was also already sitting down, like trying to.
Everybody think
connect
about
with
rocks.
spirits,
Build
yeah.
us a path.
Lyra kind of opening her eyes, looking at you guys as you're doing the same. She just kind of watches. The rocks don't appear to be doing anything.
Okay. Alright, so I
You
guess
know
I
I
have
suck.
to try and think of Dias then as I'm meditating. Well, I don't have to, but I'm going to. Maybe I will.
Maybe you don't need to meditate. Maybe you can just be like, come here, rocks.
Can I try that? Okay. I tried that.
You like reach out with your hand and are trying like you've never done anything like magically, telepathic, like telekinetically doing this.
Well,
But the second you start to think in your mind of the stone kind of moving towards you, it does.
so it's Jedi mind tricks, is what you're saying.
You have a little bit of telekinesis as far as these rocks are concerned.
He
Okay.
pretty much said the same thing you did.
That's crazy. He did. Alright.
Yeah.
I'll also have everybody make a perception check in this moment as you're doing this.
Is it a C thing?
It is a scene.
I probably wouldn't see it.
Oh, that's pretty good for me.
I'm a meditator, dude. It worked last time. It's gotta work this
Not
time.
for you.
If the fucking open the thing, maybe it'll work.
Do the telekinesis with the rocks.
I don't have that in me. I'm just hoping that maybe like
18.
27.
16.
17.
20.
Okay.
Nothing.
Rodeer, as you're kind of meditating,
You die.
You guys are gonna see me turn into a bird, dude.
I do it
you
on
start
purpose.
thinking
Bird deer time.
You start thinking of everything Ratatusker had kind of said. You start thinking of the world tree, trying to feel that connection, and it's not there. You start to think back on the things that Ratatusker had said of a space disconnected from the world tree that once was connected, kind of this void space essentially, somewhere that the world tree does not have influence upon, to where you now within this space can feel that severed connection essentially. All of you guys looking around now at this point, as you're kind of looking in the distance, all of these things that are kind of moving and shifting about, you can see that they're over to the side as you're kind of looking around this kind of gap of space where there's light beyond something causing these silhouettes. You can see some sort of structure.
If I don't have connection to the world tree, does that mean that like none of the spirits would probably have power here?
You don't feel anything like that. But that is a good assumption. Looking around at the rocks, you can see what looks like broken structures and stuff on some of them, but in the distance, you can see what looks like some sort of formidable, essentially palace that is set up. Lyra, for you, your mind, as far as Dias would be concerned, is like pulling you in that direction, like toward that building.
Alright.
You watch that building itself start to move toward what looks like just this huge chunk of like ceiling that essentially like looks like it cracks and splits open, and the building starts to move kind of into it. It closes, and then you watch the building kind of drop down from the ceiling as the ceiling kind of splits and opens up. The palace kind of structure slowly makes its way down before sitting still for a moment. You watch it pick up and kind of move just a little bit again.
Can I like basically bring this building to us? This palace?
That feels a little bit more than what you'd probably be capable of doing. Like even moving the rocks towards you requires a good bit of like thought and effort to be able to like make a path out in front of you essentially.
Okay.
But to move that entire thing at the distance that it is definitely difficult.
Gotcha.
Sounds like we're headed that way.
Seems that way. Well, I thought
Does anybody else feel like disconnected from the spirits? I don't know. I just
I
feel
don't
weird.
either, do I?
I don't really like it.
Well, this is definitely a strange place.
I don't know. My power kind of comes from within, but I could try something. I'll just try to do.
I've been out of it since we entered the cave, so.
I'll do like a cantrip. I'll just do prestidigitation and just do like a little puff of air or something. But if something with your abilities isn't working, we'll be extra cautious.
Can I try to pull somebody to me? Like with my.
I go to jump.
It works.
I was gonna fall off the edge. Thanks.
He actually needs the ground in order to pull you, so.
Just next to him.
Leaf looking.
He can come out of walls and stuff though.
Oh.
It doesn't make sense, okay? It just.
Oh, but pass without a trace, you gotta nitpick the fucking wording of that spell.
I think my shit says magically, dude. Alright.
So are we just kind of following on this makeshift path of?
Yeah, essentially that seems to be the route. Lyra seems to have some idea of the direction she wants to travel, and you are looking at rocks slowly forming a path out in front of you. Something it appears only you have the capability of doing with your abilities that you have, the psionic stuff.
Strange, but I accept it.
Yeah. You continue along this kind of makeshift stone path. You can see as you're moving a lot of these stones that many of them have upon them things like broken down building, jagged kind of petrified trees, rock surfaces. Some of them have small bodies of water on them that, like, when they're tilted like to the side, the water seems to stay within the reservoir that it sits. A lot of stuff doesn't really make sense. Pull another one that you walk across and you can see kind of like grass that's like forming, but you also see this just like fractal purple tear over the grass where there's just rock in place of that.
Do you see any rocks with like a pile of magic items on it?
That'd be cool.
Just keep your eyes out. That's all I'm
Yeah.
saying, guys.
Never know.
Everything seems to be off, but you at least have direction and you can feel that you're heading in the right way. Whatever it is you might encounter there is a bit of a mystery, but you do know that there is a good chance that you are going to be met with some form of resistance, even though you already have been up to this point.
Yeah.
So with that, as you continue toward the palace still, you can see the palace itself just slightly shifting. It's not like completely disappearing and going away. Like, as long as you keep heading in the direction, you'll be able to catch up with it. But you do see it moving pretty frequently. You can't make out a ton of the features or distinct things of it, like the traits that it would have, but you do see it, and it is a goal that you have in mind as you continue to move the rock path in front of you. And that is where we will pick it up for next time.
This feels like Persona.
Persona?
Yeah.
Oh, the dream
Chasing a
states.
castle.
That's so cool.
This is the most fucked cliffhanger, I swear.
I know.
Holy shit. It could be anything.
He doesn't
Sorry,
want to get
guys.
into a 13-hour worm fight.
No, that's our fault. We gotta go celebrate a friend's birthday.
No, you're good.
When are we playing next?